Chosen ones, prepare to have everything you've been taught about money turned upside down. The universe doesn't just allow lightworkers to be rich, it demands it. But it's crucial that you silence the outside world and listen closely, because what I'm about to share will only resonate with those who are ready to embrace their divine destiny. What if the reason you're reading this is because you are closer than you think to your big breakthrough? I stand before you today as someone who has been exactly where you are, who understands the spiritual battles and limiting beliefs that can keep lightworkers from their divine inheritance. This isn't just about accumulating wealth. It's about unlocking the resources you need to amplify your gifts, expand your reach, and create a world that reflects the divine blueprint. Like King Solomon, who used his God-given wealth to build the temple, you are meant to use your abundance to build a better world. I have unlocked the code to ethical wealth creation for lightworkers. The code isn't money-focused, but purpose-focused. What if I told you that you can make money in the world while still being true to your spiritual self? Before we go any further, I want you to take a moment to declare your intention to receive abundance. Hit the like button as a symbol of your commitment. Subscribe to join our community of lightworkers and leave a comment with the words, "I am a wealthy lightworker." If you feel a spark of excitement as you do this, if you sense a shift in your energy, then you are on the right path. You are amongst those who are chosen. Chosen ones, it is your time to shine like never before. With hearts open and spirits aligned, let's step into the core of today's message. We will be touching on the limiting beliefs and hidden wealth-blocking paradigms preventing lightworkers from attracting the abundance the universe desires to give them. Today, those paradigms are being shattered. By the end of this video, you will know the key to unlocking the abundance that is rightfully yours, so you may go forth and spread light in the world. What if one of the most pervasive beliefs in the spiritual community, that wealth and spirituality are fundamentally incompatible, is a carefully constructed illusion designed to disempower lightworkers? This isn't some accident of history, it's a deliberate strategy. Think about it, a disempowered lightworker is less effective, less able to spread their message, and less able to affect real change in the world. This illusion keeps you trapped in a cycle of lack, focusing on scarcity rather than abundance, and prevents you from fully realizing your potential. This spirituality versus wealth paradigm is often perpetuated through subtle messaging within spiritual communities. Consider the constant emphasis on humility, simplicity, and detachment from material possessions. While these qualities are certainly valuable, they are often presented in a way that inadvertently equates wealth with greed, corruption, and spiritual impurity. Have you ever noticed how prosperity is often viewed with suspicion, while poverty is seen as a sign of virtue? This creates an unconscious association between financial abundance and moral failing, making it difficult for lightworkers to embrace their desire for wealth without feeling a sense of guilt or shame. We've been taught to be poor in spirit, but does that mean we have to be poor in our bank accounts? We are subtly conditioned from childhood. Even well-intentioned religious teachings that promote being poor in spirit as a noble pursuit, when taken out of context, can inadvertently discourage ambition and material success. Remember the story of the poor widow who gave all she had, or the rich young ruler who was asked to give up his possessions. These stories, while powerful in their own right, can be misinterpreted to suggest that poverty is somehow more spiritual than wealth. But what if these stories are about sacrifice and detachment, not about inherent virtue in being poor? What if they are about not letting earthly possessions possess you? I know lightworkers who feel deeply conflicted about pursuing financial success, fearing judgment from their peers, or worrying that they'll somehow compromise their values. They see other lightworkers struggling to make ends meet, sacrificing their own well-being to serve others, and they feel like they have to choose between their spiritual path and their financial security. But this is a false choice. God wants his people to prosper. Deuteronomy 8:18 says, "But remember the Lord your God, for it is he who gives you the ability to produce wealth, and so confirms his covenant, which he swore to your ancestors as it is today. The ability to produce wealth is a gift, not a curse. What if there's a different way to approach wealth, one that aligns perfectly with your spiritual values and empowers you to fulfill your divine mission? Chosen ones, your calling isn't to be broke, it's to break through. What if wealth is a natural consequence of aligning with divine principles, acting in service to others, and cultivating a deep sense of gratitude for what you already have? What if abundance is simply the universe's way of acknowledging and rewarding your contribution to the world? I need you to understand that wealth creation isn't just about accumulating money. It's about becoming a powerful force for good in the world. It is about transforming the lives of the people you are destined to help. The law of attraction isn't some new age gimmick. It's a spiritual principle that works in conjunction with divine law. When you cultivate a mindset of abundance, believing that you are worthy of receiving wealth and visualizing your success, you begin to attract opportunities and resources that align with your vision. Energetic alignment occurs when your thoughts, feelings, and actions are aligned with your divine purpose. When you are living in alignment, you naturally attract abundance because you are vibrating at a frequency that is in harmony with the universe's flow of prosperity. And let's not forget the critical role of service in wealth creation. The more value you provide to the world, the more abundance you will receive in return. This isn't just about making money, it's about making a difference. When you focus on serving others, on using your gifts to bless those around you, you unlock a powerful force that attracts wealth to you like a magnet. Look at the parable of the talents in Matthew 25:14-30. The servants who used their talents wisely were rewarded with even more, while the servant who buried his talent was punished. This parable illustrates the importance of using your gifts to serve others and create abundance, not hoarding them out of fear. I know lightworkers, healers, artists, and entrepreneurs who have built wealth by focusing on service, dedicated to making a positive impact. They are not driven by greed or ego. They are driven by a genuine desire to help others, and their wealth is simply a byproduct of their service. I, too, used to struggle with the idea of receiving abundance. I felt guilty for wanting more, as if it somehow made me less spiritual. But after embracing gratitude, I've had unexpected opportunities. I began to appreciate everything I had, from the roof over my head to the food on my table, and I started to focus on the abundance that was already present in my life. And as I shifted my mindset, the universe responded by bringing even more abundance my way. But what if there are other forces at play, unseen influences, that are actively trying to keep you from realizing your full potential as a wealthy lightworker? What if there are negative energies that are working to sabotage your efforts, to keep you stuck in a cycle of lack and limitation? What if the financial struggles you've experienced are more than just bad luck or poor decisions? What if they are actually the result of spiritual warfare, a battle between light and darkness that is playing out in the realm of your finances? I'm not talking about some abstract concept. I'm talking about real, tangible forces that can influence your thoughts, your emotions, and your circumstances. These forces can manifest as limiting beliefs, self-sabotaging behaviors, and external obstacles that seem to constantly thwart your efforts to create wealth. Think about the common thought patterns that lightworkers may unknowingly adopt. I'm not worthy of abundance. Money will corrupt me. It's selfish to want more. These beliefs are like invisible chains that keep you bound to a life of scarcity, preventing you from accessing the abundance that is rightfully yours. Your ancestors might have had limiting beliefs about wealth passed down through generations, shaping your current relationship with money. Perhaps there were past life experiences that are influencing you, traumas that are creating unconscious blocks to financial abundance. Consider the lightworker who experiences recurring financial setbacks, losing jobs unexpectedly, facing sudden emergencies, or making poor investment decisions. It's easy to chalk these challenges up to bad luck, but what if there's a deeper spiritual explanation? What if these setbacks are the result of negative energies or entities that are actively working to keep you from accessing wealth. Consider a lightworker who wins the lottery or receives a large inheritance, only to have it disappear due to unexpected expenses, poor decisions, or even theft. This could be a sign of spiritual sabotage, a deliberate attempt to undermine their financial stability and prevent them from using their wealth for good. Ephesians 6:12 reminds us, "For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms." This isn't just about money, it's about your purpose, your potential, and your ability to make a difference in the world. The key to unlocking your full potential as a wealthy lightworker lies in identifying and dismantling these wealth blockers, clearing the path for the abundance that is already yours. This isn't about fighting against some external enemy. It's about transforming your inner landscape, about releasing the limiting beliefs and negative thought patterns that are holding you back. And one of the most powerful tools for doing this is the power of declaration. What if consistently speaking positive affirmations about wealth could help to dismantle limiting beliefs and create new neural pathways in your brain? What if simply declaring your intention to receive abundance could shift your energy and attract opportunities that align with your desired outcome? Chosen ones, there is power in the spoken word. There is a magnetic force in stating aloud what you intend to create in your life. That magnetic force is called intentionality, which means clearly defining your goals and intentions. You can direct your energy and attract opportunities that align with your desired outcome. It's about visualizing your success and acting as if you are already wealthy, even before you see tangible results. What if you started acting like you were already blessed? I know lightworkers who have used affirmations and visualizations to attract abundance into their lives. They started by simply repeating positive statements about wealth every day, such as, "I am a wealthy lightworker, I am worthy of abundance, and money flows to me easily and effortlessly." And over time, they began to notice a shift in their mindset, a growing sense of confidence and expectation that opened them up to new opportunities and possibilities. Studies on the power of positive thinking have shown that affirmations can actually rewire your brain, creating new neural pathways that support your desired outcome. By consistently speaking positive affirmations, you can reprogram your subconscious mind and release the limiting beliefs that are holding you back from achieving your full potential. So, are you ready to claim your divine inheritance and step into the abundant reality that the universe has always intended for you? Because I'm about to share the secret of tapping into wealth. And it has nothing to do with the get-rich-quick schemes they're pushing on social media. I'm about to share the secret of tapping into wealth. And it has nothing to do with the get-rich-quick schemes they're pushing on social media. What if wealth exists as an energetic frequency, a vibration that you can tune into, just like tuning a radio to the right station? The universe is constantly broadcasting abundance, but are you on the right frequency to receive it? Chosen ones, wealth isn't just about numbers in your bank account. It's a state of being. It's a feeling of wholeness, of knowing that you are supported and provided for. Think of it as a radio signal. Your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs act as the antenna, either attracting or repelling the signal of abundance. When you are vibrating at a high frequency, when you are filled with joy, gratitude, and love, you become a magnet for wealth. But when you are stuck in negativity, fear, and scarcity, you block the flow of abundance. This is why so many lightworkers struggle with money despite their best intentions. They are operating on the wrong frequency, unknowingly blocking the very blessings they desire. But how do you raise your vibration and align with the abundance frequency? It starts with cultivating a deep sense of gratitude for what you already have. Take a moment right now to appreciate the blessings in your life, no matter how small they may seem. The roof over your head, the food on your table, the love of your family and friends, these are all signs of abundance. When you focus on what you have, rather than what you lack, you shift your energy and open yourself up to receive even more. Meditation is also crucial for clearing negative energy and raising your vibration. Spend a few minutes each day in quiet contemplation, focusing on your breath and releasing any thoughts or emotions that are holding you back. Visualize yourself surrounded by abundance, feeling grateful and joyful for all that you have. Consider the story of a lightworker I know, a healer named Sarah. Sarah was struggling to make ends meet, working long hours for little pay. She felt resentful and discouraged, believing that she was destined to be poor. But one day, she decided to shift her focus and start practicing gratitude. Every morning, she would write down 3 things she was grateful for, no matter how small. She also started meditating and visualizing herself as a successful healer, helping countless people and living a life of abundance. And over time, her financial situation began to transform. She attracted new clients, received unexpected opportunities, and started earning more money than she ever thought possible. Now Sarah is thriving, both financially and spiritually, and she attributes her success to raising her vibration and aligning with the abundance frequency. Quantum physics supports the idea that our reality is shaped by our consciousness. Our thoughts and beliefs create a ripple effect, influencing the world around us. As Proverbs 23:7 says, "For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he." This isn't just some abstract concept. It's a scientific principle that has been proven time and time again. Chosen ones, the scriptures speak of things heard, believed, and not seen coming into fruition. This is the abundance frequency in action. This is energetic alignment. What if your ability to see things, your spiritual sight, is directly linked to your bank account? What if your vision of abundance is the key to unlocking it, but raising your vibration is only half the battle? How do you translate that energy into tangible results and take inspired action that leads to financial abundance? Hustle culture promises that relentless work and endless striving are the keys to success. But is that really the path for lightworkers? What if there's a more aligned, more sustainable way to create wealth, one that doesn't require you to sacrifice your well-being in the process? Hustle culture is a trap, especially for lightworkers. It can lead to burnout, exhaustion, and a deep sense of disconnection from your purpose. It pushes you to ignore your intuition, to override your body's signals, and to sacrifice your values in the pursuit of money. It's a relentless, ego-driven approach that ultimately leaves you feeling empty and unfulfilled. Inspired action, on the other hand, is about listening to your inner guidance and taking steps that are aligned with your divine purpose. It's about trusting that the universe will guide you to the right opportunities and resources, and that everything will unfold in perfect timing. When you are aligned with your purpose, you tap into a flow state, a state of effortless productivity and creativity. Time seems to disappear, and you feel energized and inspired, rather than drained and depleted. This is where the magic happens, where you create your best work and attract abundance into your life with ease. Consider the story of a lightworker, an artist named David. David was struggling to make a living from his art, feeling pressured to create pieces that he thought would sell, rather than pieces that truly resonated with his soul. He was working long hours, feeling stressed and uninspired, and his art was suffering as a result. But one day, he decided to change his approach and start following his inner guidance. He began creating art that he felt passionate about, without worrying about whether it would be commercially successful. He also started practicing self-care, taking time for meditation, nature walks, and creative exploration. And as he aligned with his purpose and started taking inspired action, his art began to flourish. He attracted new collectors who appreciated his unique vision, and his sales soared. Now, David is thriving as an artist, creating work that he loves and making a positive impact on the world. Remember Jesus in the temple. He wasn't passively waiting for things to improve. He took action, disrupting the status quo and standing up for what he believed in. Sometimes, inspired action requires bold moves and a willingness to challenge the norm. Chosen ones, there are powers that want you docile, who want you to stay in the temple and quietly pray. What if your financial success is tied to a righteous disruption, What if the world needs you to overturn some tables? But what if you're afraid to take the leap of faith, afraid to step into your full potential as a wealthy lightworker? How do you overcome the fear of failure and embrace the possibility of success? The fear of failure is a common obstacle that holds many lightworkers back from pursuing their dreams and creating wealth. It's often rooted in past experiences, traumas, and negative programming from childhood. Perhaps you were told that you weren't good enough, that you would never amount to anything, or that it's selfish to want more. These beliefs can become deeply ingrained in your subconscious mind, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy of failure. But the truth is, failure is not the opposite of success. It's a stepping stone. Every successful lightworker has faced setbacks, challenges, and moments of doubt. But what sets them apart is their ability to learn from their mistakes, to persevere through adversity, and to maintain their faith in themselves and their vision. You can release fear through visualization. Imagine yourself stepping into your full potential as a wealthy lightworker, feeling confident, empowered, and joyful. Visualize yourself overcoming obstacles, achieving your goals, and making a positive impact on the world. Feel the emotions of success and allow them to fill your entire being. This practice can help you to reprogram your subconscious mind and release the fear that is holding you back. Consider the story of a lightworker, an entrepreneur named Michael. Michael had a brilliant idea for a business that would help people heal and transform their lives. But he was terrified of failing, afraid of losing money, and afraid of what others would think of him. He procrastinated for months, making excuses and avoiding taking action. But one day, he decided to confront his fears head-on. He started meditating, practicing affirmations, and seeking guidance from mentors who had overcome similar challenges. He also started taking small, manageable steps toward his goal, celebrating each milestone along the way. And as he embraced faith and took courageous action, his business began to thrive. He attracted investors, built a strong team, and started making a positive impact on the world. Psalm 23:4 says, "Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me." This verse reminds us that we are not alone on our journey and that God is always with us, guiding and protecting us. Remember the power of the placebo effect. If you believe something will work, it's far more likely to work. Chosen ones, what if your fear is simply a test? What if the universe is waiting to see if you truly believe in your potential, waiting to see if you are willing to step out in faith? But you don't have to walk this path alone. Surrounding yourself with a supportive community and seeking guidance from mentors can make all the difference in your journey to becoming a wealthy lightworker. The Wealth Circle is a game changer. A supportive community provides accountability, encouragement, and valuable resources for lightworkers on their journey to wealth creation. Networking with other entrepreneurs, healers, and artists who share your values and vision can open doors to new opportunities and collaborations. Mentorship is also essential for success. Seeking guidance from individuals who have already achieved the level of success you desire can provide practical advice, spiritual wisdom, and invaluable insights that can accelerate your growth. Consider the story of a lightworker, a writer named Emily. Emily was struggling to get her work published, feeling discouraged and isolated. She joined a writers' group and found a supportive community of like-minded individuals who shared her passion for writing. She also sought mentorship from a successful author who provided guidance, encouragement, and valuable feedback on her work. And as she surrounded herself with this supportive community and sought mentorship, her writing career began to take off. She landed a book deal, received critical acclaim, and started making a positive impact on the world through her writing. Paul was mentored by Barnabas. This relationship was instrumental in his growth and development as an apostle. Barnabas recognized Paul's potential and took him under his wing, providing guidance, support, and opportunities for him to learn and grow. Chosen ones, your network is your net worth. What if the key to unlocking your wealth lies not in what you know, but in who you know? So, are you ready to unlock the code, claim your divine inheritance, and become the wealthy lightworker you were always meant to be. But how do you consciously design your wealth creation journey, weaving together the seen and unseen worlds? What if there was a blueprint you could follow, a map that merges the practical with the divine? Chosen ones, there is a divine blueprint framework, a step-by-step system that allows you to intentionally create wealth while staying aligned with your spiritual purpose. It's not just about making money, it's about manifesting abundance in a way that honors your values and serves the greater good. This isn't some new age concept, it's a principle woven throughout Scripture. Think of Noah building the ark. He followed a divine blueprint, a specific set of instructions that led to salvation. Or consider the construction of the temple, a meticulously planned project guided by divine wisdom. You too can build your own temple of abundance, brick by brick, guided by the same divine hand. The divine blueprint has 4 key components, each building upon the last, creating a synergistic effect that amplifies your manifestation power. First, clarity of vision. What does your ideal wealthy lightworker self actually look like? Don't just think about the money. Envision the impact you're making. Are you funding orphanages, creating sustainable communities, spreading healing and knowledge across the globe? The clearer your vision, the more magnetic you become to the resources needed to bring it to life. See yourself already living that abundant life, feeling the joy and fulfillment of using your wealth to serve your purpose. Spiritual alignment is next. How does wealth support your spiritual mission? It's not about accumulating riches for personal gain. It's about using abundance as a tool to amplify your light. Are you investing in projects that align with your values, supporting causes that uplift humanity? The more aligned you are with your divine purpose, the more effortlessly wealth will flow into your life. Consider how King Solomon used his divinely granted wisdom to build a prosperous kingdom and construct the temple. His wealth wasn't an end in itself. It was a means to fulfill God's purpose. Strategic action. What specific actions will you take to create wealth ethically? This isn't about wishful thinking. It's about taking inspired steps that are aligned with your vision and values. Are you starting a business, investing in real estate, developing a healing practice? The key is to choose actions that resonate with your soul and leverage your unique gifts and talents. Don't just sit and wait for money to fall from the sky. Actively pursue opportunities that align with your purpose. Then, faithful manifestation. How will you maintain your faith and positive mindset through the ups and downs? This is about cultivating unwavering faith and gratitude, knowing that the universe is supporting you even when things get tough. Are you practicing daily affirmations, visualizing your success, surrounding yourself with positive influences? Remember, your thoughts create your reality, so choose them wisely. Think of Abraham, who maintained unwavering faith in God's promise, even when it seemed impossible. His faith was rewarded with abundance beyond measure. Let me tell you about a lightworker I know, a coach named Maria. Maria felt called to help women step into their power and create fulfilling lives. But she was struggling to make ends meet, working multiple jobs and feeling overwhelmed. One day, she discovered the divine blueprint framework and decided to put it to the test. First, she got crystal clear on her vision. She wanted to create a thriving coaching practice that empowered women to live their best lives. Then she aligned with her spiritual purpose, recognizing that her work was a form of service to humanity. Next, she took strategic action, investing in her business, developing a marketing plan, and networking with other entrepreneurs. And finally, she cultivated unwavering faith, practicing daily affirmations and visualizing her success. And within a year, her coaching practice had exploded. She was earning more money than she ever thought possible, and she was making a positive impact on the lives of countless women. This framework can be used as a step-by-step guide, much like a business plan, while weaving in the energy of the divine. But how do you know if you're truly aligned with your divine purpose and making decisions that are in your highest good? What are the signs that the universe is guiding you on your path to wealth? Chosen ones, the universe is constantly communicating with you, offering guidance and validation on your wealth creation journey. What if you're surrounded by signs, whispers from the divine, pointing you towards abundance? Think of these as cosmic breadcrumbs, subtle clues and synchronicities that can lead you to your destiny. Learning to recognize and interpret these signs is crucial for navigating your path to wealth with confidence and grace. Recurring numbers or symbols. What are angel numbers telling you about your financial path? Perhaps you keep seeing the number 888, a sign of abundance and financial flow, or the number 999, indicating that a chapter is closing and a new one is beginning. Pay attention to these messages. They may be guiding you towards a specific opportunity or warning you about a potential pitfall. Unexpected opportunities or encounters. Who is the universe bringing into your life to support your mission? Perhaps you randomly meet someone who offers you a lucrative business deal, or you stumble upon a valuable resource that can help you grow your wealth. These chance encounters are often divinely orchestrated, so be open to receiving guidance from unexpected sources. Remember when Philip met the Ethiopian eunuch on the road, Acts 8:26-40? This divinely appointed encounter led to the conversion of a high-ranking official and the spread of the gospel to a new region. Strong intuitive feelings or hunches. What is your inner voice guiding you to do or avoid? Your intuition is your direct line to the divine, so trust your gut feelings even when they don't make logical sense. Perhaps you feel a strong pull to invest in a particular company, or you have a nagging feeling that you should avoid a certain business deal. Listen to your inner voice. It knows what's best for you. A sense of flow or ease. Are you experiencing effortless alignment or constant resistance? When you're aligned with your purpose, things tend to flow smoothly. Opportunities come easily, synchronicities abound, and you feel a sense of joy and fulfillment. But when you're off track, you may experience constant resistance, obstacles, and setbacks. Pay attention to these signs. They're telling you whether you're on the right path. External validation or positive feedback. What are others telling you about your gifts and talents? Sometimes, the universe speaks to you through other people. Perhaps you receive compliments on your skills, or someone encourages you to pursue a specific opportunity. Pay attention to this feedback. It may be validating your path and confirming your potential. Let me share a personal story. Years ago, I was feeling lost and uncertain about my career path. I had a stable job, but I knew it wasn't my true calling. One day, I kept seeing the number 444 everywhere on license plates, clocks, and even in my dreams. I looked up the meaning of this angel number and discovered that it represents support, encouragement, and divine guidance. Inspired by this message, I decided to take a leap of faith and pursue my passion for helping others. And as I followed my intuition, doors began to open, opportunities arose, and I found myself on a path that was far more fulfilling and abundant than I ever imagined. Remember Joseph and his ability to interpret dreams? That was just one way the divine was communicating with him. But what happens when you encounter obstacles, setbacks, or moments of doubt? How do you stay grounded and maintain your faith when things don't go according to plan? Chosen ones, the path to wealth is not always smooth. You will encounter challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt. But these spiritual detours are not signs of failure. They are opportunities for growth, learning, and deeper alignment with your purpose. It's how you navigate these detours that truly determines your success. Reframing setbacks as opportunities for growth and learning. What lessons can you extract from this challenge? Instead of viewing obstacles as roadblocks, see them as stepping stones. Perhaps a business deal falls through or an investment goes sour. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? How can I use this challenge to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient? Practicing self-compassion and forgiveness. How can you treat yourself with kindness and understanding during difficult times? Be kind to yourself. Forgive yourself for your mistakes. Remember that you're human, and everyone makes them. Don't beat yourself up over setbacks. Instead, offer yourself the same compassion and understanding that you would offer a dear friend. Reconnecting with your spiritual purpose. Why did you embark on this journey in the first place? When you're facing challenges, it's easy to lose sight of your why. Take time to reconnect with your spiritual purpose. reminding yourself of the positive impact you want to make on the world. This will reignite your passion and give you the strength to persevere. Seeking support from your community and mentors, who can you turn to for guidance and encouragement? Don't try to go it alone. Surround yourself with a supportive community of like-minded individuals who can offer guidance, encouragement, and accountability. Seek mentorship from those who have already achieved the level of success you desire. Maintaining unwavering faith and trust in the divine plan, how can you stay grounded in your belief that everything is happening for your highest good? Trust that everything is happening for a reason, even when you can't see it. Maintain unwavering faith in the divine plan, knowing that the universe is conspiring to support you on your journey. Practice gratitude, focusing on the blessings in your life, even during difficult times. Think of Joseph. He was sold into slavery, falsely accused, and imprisoned. But through it all, he maintained his faith and trust in God. And ultimately, he rose to become one of the most powerful men in Egypt, using his position to save his family and his nation from famine. Or David, who faced countless trials and tribulations, from battling Goliath to being pursued by King Saul. But he never lost his faith, and he ultimately became one of the greatest kings in Israel. The universe is conspiring to make you rich, so lean into your purpose, trust your intuition, and claim the abundance that is already yours. But it's not just about receiving, it's about giving back. What if the key to amplifying your abundance lies in your willingness to share it with others? Chosen ones, the universe wants you to be wealthy so you can create a lasting legacy of positive impact. What if your generosity is the very key that unlocks the next level of abundance in your life? Tithing and generosity are not just acts of charity. They are powerful spiritual practices that can amplify your abundance and transform the world. Giving back a portion of your wealth creates a cycle of abundance, demonstrating your faith and trust in the universe. It sends a clear message that you are not attached to your money, that you trust that the universe will always provide for you. Discuss the importance of giving with a pure heart, focusing on making a positive difference rather than seeking recognition or reward. Explore different ways to give back, such as supporting charitable organizations, funding creative projects, or mentoring other lightworkers. Donating to charitable organizations or to your church, even small amounts. Starting a foundation to fund creative projects, or simply by giving your time and energy to support others can have tremendous impact. Consider the story of the wealthy lightworker, Melinda Gates, who has dedicated her life to philanthropy, using her resources to improve global health, reduce poverty, and empower women and girls. Or Bill Gates, who has changed the world. Or Oprah Winfrey, who has used her wealth to create educational opportunities for underprivileged children and support countless charitable causes. So how can you get started? First and foremost, give back to God and your church, even in small and incremental ways. Next, look at what you are passionate about. Find a cause that resonates with your soul. Research organizations that are making a difference in that area and start supporting them, whether with your money, your time, or your skills. The universe is conspiring to make you rich, so lean into your purpose, trust your intuition, and claim the abundance that is already yours. But what if there's a hidden code, a wealth code, if you will, embedded deep within your subconscious mind, dictating your financial reality? What if unlocking this code is the key to unleashing the abundance the universe desires for you? Chosen ones, the scientific community is increasingly recognizing what spiritual masters have known for centuries. Your subconscious mind is the master architect of your reality. Think of your subconscious as a wealth thermostat, preset to a certain financial temperature. If you try to earn above that level, your thermostat will kick in, sabotaging your efforts and pulling you back to your comfort zone. This thermostat is programmed by your deeply ingrained beliefs about money, many of which you inherited from your family, your culture, and your past experiences. If you believe that money is scarce, that rich people are greedy, or that you're not worthy of abundance, your subconscious mind will ensure that you remain stuck in a cycle of lack. The good news is that your brain isn't fixed. It's constantly rewiring itself through a process called neuroplasticity. This means you have the power to reprogram your wealth thermostat by changing your subconscious beliefs. But how do you rewrite the code? How do you reprogram your mind for wealth? There are a number of techniques you can use to access and reprogram your subconscious mind. Hypnosis can bypass the critical conscious mind and directly implant new, empowering beliefs. Affirmations, repeated with conviction, can gradually overwrite old, limiting thoughts. Subliminal messaging, bypassing your conscious awareness, can subtly shift your subconscious patterns. Shadow work is a powerful technique to explore and integrate the hidden, repressed aspects of your personality that may be sabotaging your success. What if past traumas or negative experiences are blocking the flow of wealth into your life? The key is to identify and release these emotional blockages, allowing your subconscious mind to embrace abundance. I've seen lightworkers transform their financial situations by consciously reprogramming their subconscious minds. Take the story of a healer named David. David grew up in poverty, hearing his parents constantly complain about money. He subconsciously absorbed the belief that money was scarce and difficult to obtain. As a result, he struggled to charge what he was worth for his healing sessions, constantly undercutting his prices and feeling guilty about earning money. One day, David discovered the power of subconscious reprogramming and decided to take action. He started listening to hypnosis tapes every night before bed, repeating affirmations about abundance, and practicing shadow work to release his limiting beliefs about money. Slowly but surely, his mindset began to shift. He started to believe that he was worthy of abundance, that his healing work was valuable, and that money was a tool for good. And as his subconscious beliefs changed, so did his financial reality. He started attracting more clients, charging higher prices, and earning more money than ever before. Think of the iceberg analogy. The conscious mind is the small tip you see above the water, while the subconscious mind is the massive, unseen portion below the surface. If you want to change your financial outcomes, you need to address the root cause, the subconscious beliefs that are driving your behavior. Studies on neuroplasticity have shown that the brain is capable of remarkable change, even in adulthood. By consciously choosing new thoughts, beliefs, and behaviors, you can rewire your brain and create new neural pathways that support abundance. The subconscious mind does not care whether what you impress upon it is real or imagined. Your subconscious is like the soil. It will give back whatever you plant, so be careful what you impress upon it. Type 90099 in the comments as a declaration that you are rewriting your subconscious code. But what if you're constantly bombarded by negative energies and influences that are sabotaging your efforts to reprogram your subconscious mind? How do you shield yourself from these attacks and maintain your abundance frequency? Chosen ones, what if the very act of stepping into your power as a lightworker makes you a target? What if there are unseen forces actively working to drain your abundance and sabotage your wealth creation efforts? Envy, jealousy, and negative intentions from others can create energetic blockages and disrupt your ability to attract wealth. Think of these negative emotions as psychic viruses that can infect your energy field, weakening your aura and making you vulnerable to financial setbacks. This is not to instill fear, but to create awareness. The Bible speaks of spiritual warfare, of unseen forces battling for your soul. Similarly, in the realm of abundance, there are energetic forces that can either support or sabotage your success. Visualization can create a shield of protection around you, deflecting negative energy and reinforcing your abundance frequency. Grounding exercises can help you stay connected to the earth, stabilizing your energy field and preventing you from being drained by external influences. Salt baths can cleanse your aura, removing any energetic debris that may be blocking your flow of wealth. And crystals, such as black tourmaline and amethyst, can act as energetic filters, absorbing negative energy and promoting a sense of calm and balance. I remember a lightworker named Sarah who was on the verge of a major financial breakthrough. She had landed a lucrative business deal, attracted several new clients, and was feeling more abundant than ever before. But then she started experiencing a series of inexplicable misfortunes. Her computer crashed, her car broke down, and she had a major falling out with a close friend. As a result, the business deal fell through, her clients disappeared, and she found herself back in a state of lack. After doing some spiritual soul-searching, Sarah realized that she had been surrounded by people who were secretly envious of her success. Their negative energy had created energetic blockages that had sabotaged her abundance. She began setting firm boundaries, limiting her exposure to toxic people, and incorporating energetic protection techniques into her daily routine. And as she shielded herself from negative influences, her abundance began to flow again. Let me emphasize that you are not being paranoid, but rather proactive by setting such boundaries. In the book of Ephesians, Paul urges believers to put on the full armor of God to protect themselves from spiritual attacks. Similarly, you must equip yourself with an energetic shield to protect your abundance from psychic attacks and negative influences. Create a bubble of light around yourself, visualizing it deflecting any negativity that comes your way. Ground yourself by connecting with the earth, imagining roots growing from your feet into the core of the planet. Take salt baths to cleanse your aura, releasing any energetic debris that may be clinging to you. And surround yourself with crystals, using their protective energy to create a force field of abundance. But protecting your energy is only part of the equation. You also need to identify your unique gifts and talents and leverage them to create abundance in alignment with your divine purpose. Chosen ones, what if your unique gifts are the very key that unlocks the door to limitless abundance? What if the universe is waiting for you to fully embrace your talents and share your light with the world? Each of you possesses a unique set of skills, abilities, and passions that can be leveraged to create value and generate income. What is your zone of genius, the area where you excel effortlessly and experience the most joy? This is where your true potential lies, the sweet spot where your passion meets your purpose. Maybe you are a gifted healer, a talented artist, a compelling writer, a brilliant strategist, or a charismatic leader. Whatever your gifts may be, they are meant to be shared with the world, and you can be handsomely rewarded for doing so. Think of these gifts as treasures placed inside you before you were born. I know a lightworker, let's call her Anna, who is working a dead-end job, feeling unfulfilled and undervalued. She knew she had a gift for writing, but she didn't believe she could make a living from it. One day, she decided to take a leap of faith and start a blog, sharing her insights on spirituality and personal growth. She started creating online courses, offering coaching services, writing books, and selling art. And as she shared her light with the world, she began to attract abundance in ways she never imagined. In the parable of the talents, Matthew 25:14-30, Jesus tells the story of a master who entrusted his servants with different amounts of talents, urging them to invest it. The servants who used their talents wisely were rewarded, while the servant who buried his talent was punished. Similarly, you must use your gifts wisely, investing them in ways that create value and generate abundance. The universe rewards those who take action and share their light with the world. Consider scientific research. Studies show that people who pursue their passions are more likely to be successful and fulfilled. When you're doing what you love, you're more engaged, more creative, and more resilient. You're also more likely to attract opportunities and resources that support your growth. The talent multiplier isn't just about making money. It's about creating a ripple effect of positive impact, touching the lives of others, and making the world a better place. But what happens when you compare yourself to other lightworkers and feel like you're not good enough or that there's too much competition? How do you overcome these feelings of inadequacy and embrace your unique path? But what if there was a divine bank account waiting for you to access it? What if the universe has an inexhaustible source of abundance that you can tap into through unwavering faith and skillful manifestation? Chosen ones, I'm not talking about some new age gimmick or get-rich-quick scheme. I'm talking about a fundamental spiritual principle. The universe is abundant, and you are a child of the divine, therefore, abundance is your birthright. Think of the quantum field as a vast ocean of potential, teeming with infinite possibilities. Your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs are like radio waves, tuning you into specific frequencies within that ocean. When you align your frequency with abundance, you activate the law of attraction, drawing wealth and prosperity into your life. This divine bank account operates beyond the limitations of conventional financial systems. It's fueled by the limitless potential of your faith, your intention, your visualization, and your gratitude. Focused intention directs the energy, visualization creates the blueprint, and gratitude amplifies the flow. It's critical to remember that God said He would supply all of our needs according to His riches in glory in Christ Jesus, but we need to act as if we already have it. It's the difference between needing and receiving. When you need, you're operating from a place of lack, reinforcing the belief that you don't have enough. But when you act as if you already possess the desired wealth, you're aligning yourself with the frequency of abundance, opening the door for it to manifest. The scriptures are filled with examples of God's provision. Remember the manna from heaven, feeding the Israelites in the desert, or the water that flowed from the rock when Moses struck it in faith. These are not just ancient stories. They are metaphors for the unlimited potential that is available to you when you tap into the divine bank account. What you may find even more surprising is that lightworkers who fully embrace their calling and step into their power often see dramatic increases in their income compared to those stuck in traditional employment. I've seen lightworkers experience miraculous financial breakthroughs by tapping into this divine bank account myself. I know a healer, let's call him Michael, who is struggling to make ends meet, working tirelessly but barely scraping by. He started practicing daily affirmations, visualizing abundance, and expressing gratitude for everything he had, no matter how small. Then, seemingly out of nowhere, he received an unexpected inheritance from a distant relative he didn't even know. This inheritance allowed him to expand his healing practice, reach more clients, and create even more abundance. Of course, it's important to note that some of this is also a reflection of his hard work. So it is for you. The universe will provide the tools, but you must do the work. Type divine tools if you're ready to work. But even with access to this unlimited source, how do you ensure you're using these resources wisely and avoiding the common pitfalls that can drain your abundance? Chosen ones, the divine bank account is not a free pass to financial irresponsibility. It's a partnership with the divine, requiring you to be a responsible steward of the resources you receive. Think of wealth guardians as essential principles and practices for ensuring long-term abundance and preventing depletion. These wealth guardians are the essential skills of budgeting, saving, investing, and managing debt. Budgeting allows you to track your income and expenses, ensuring that you're living within your means and allocating your resources wisely. Saving creates a financial cushion, protecting you from unexpected expenses and providing opportunities for investment. Investing allows you to grow your wealth over time, generating passive income and building long-term financial security. And managing debt responsibly prevents you from being weighed down by high interest payments and financial stress. When combined with spiritual principles, these practices amplify their effectiveness, aligning your financial actions with your divine purpose. Ethical investment strategies are key. Consider supporting sustainable businesses, investing in renewable energy, and backing companies that align with your lightworker values. This allows you to not only grow your wealth, but also contribute to a more equitable and sustainable world. However, beware the dangers of impulsive spending, neglecting financial planning, and succumbing to fear-based financial decisions. These are common pitfalls that can drain your abundance and leave you feeling depleted. Have you ever known someone who won the lottery only to be broke again a few years later? I have. It's not enough to attract wealth. You must also know how to manage it responsibly. Remember the story of the prodigal son who squandered his inheritance on frivolous pursuits only to end up in poverty. This is a parable about the importance of responsible stewardship. As Luke 16:10 says, "Whoever is faithful in small matters will be faithful in large ones. Whoever is dishonest in small matters will be dishonest in large ones." It's important to note that while financial responsibility is important, the Bible also warns against loving money. It is a love of money that is the root of all evil, not money itself. I've seen lightworkers lose their wealth due to poor financial management, falling into the trap of impulsive spending or neglecting financial planning. One lightworker I knew had created a successful online business but failed to manage his finances effectively. He spent lavishly on luxuries, neglected to save for taxes, and didn't invest in his business. As a result, he quickly depleted his resources and found himself back in debt. Studies on financial literacy consistently show that people who have a strong understanding of financial principles are more likely to build and maintain wealth over the long term. Don't ignore these principles. They are wealth guardians for a reason, but true abundance isn't just about accumulating wealth. It's about using it to create a ripple effect of positive change in the world. How do you ensure your wealth is used to serve your soul's purpose and uplift humanity? Chosen Ones, the abundance amplifier, is the strategic and intentional use of wealth to magnify your impact and contribute to global healing. It's the act of using your wealth to make the world a better place. The more you put in, the more you and others get out. There are many ways to use your wealth as an abundance amplifier. Funding charitable organizations that align with your values allows you to support causes you believe in and make a tangible difference in the lives of others. Investing in sustainable businesses that promote environmental stewardship helps to create a more equitable and sustainable world. Creating educational programs that empower others provides opportunities for growth and development. Supporting artists and creators who inspire positive change helps to uplift and inspire humanity. Mentoring other lightworkers and helping them achieve financial success creates a ripple effect of abundance, empowering them to share their gifts with the world. Remember to give with a pure heart, detaching from the outcome and trusting that your generosity will be rewarded in unexpected ways. Conscious capitalism is a concept that aligns perfectly with this principle, using business as a force for good, creating value for all stakeholders, and contributing to a more equitable and sustainable world. I have seen so many wealthy lightworkers actively using their resources to create positive change. There's one lightworker who uses her wealth to fund scholarships for underprivileged students, providing them with access to education and opportunities they wouldn't otherwise have. There's another who invests in renewable energy projects, helping to combat climate change and create a more sustainable future. And yet another who supports artists and creators who are using their talents to raise awareness about social justice issues. Their impact is truly remarkable. Statistics consistently demonstrate that strategic charitable giving can have a significant impact on communities and the world. These lightworkers aren't just giving money, they're giving life, hope, and opportunity. Remember Jesus' words in Luke 6:38, "Give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, will be poured into your lap. For with the measure you use, it will be measured to you." Ultimately, the wealth code unlocks so much, but none so beautiful as a life in harmony with the divine. But true abundance isn't just about living in harmony with the divine. It's about using that harmony to generate a flow of prosperity that sustains your lightwork and allows you to impact the world even further. What if you could unlock your inner Midas touch, transforming your passions and unique gifts into a thriving source of income? Chosen Ones, the Midas touch, isn't about greed or materialism. It's about aligned action, the ability to turn your divine purpose into a profitable venture that benefits both you and the world. Passion alone is not enough. Aligned action requires setting clear intentions, taking calculated risks, developing a strong work ethic, and seeking out opportunities to collaborate with like-minded souls. Think of it as finding the sweet spot where your passion intersects with your skills and the needs of the market. Resilience and persistence are crucial, as is unwavering faith that the universe is supporting your efforts. Remember, faith without works is dead. If you want wealth, you can't just pray for it, you must actually do what is necessary to attain it. How do you find this intersection of passion, skill, and market need? Start by identifying your unique gifts and talents. What are you naturally good at? What do you love to do? What problems can you solve for others? Then, research the market to see if there's a demand for your skills and services. Are people willing to pay for what you have to offer? Are there any gaps in the market that you can fill? Don't be afraid to experiment and try new things. The key is to be adaptable and willing to pivot if something isn't working. Remember, success is not a destination. It's a journey of continuous learning and growth. God helps those who help themselves. If you aren't willing to work, don't expect any wealth. I've seen many lightworkers successfully monetize their passions by taking aligned action. There's a healer who created an online course to share her knowledge with a wider audience, generating passive income while helping others heal. There's an artist who sells her work online, creating beautiful pieces that inspire and uplift people around the world. There's a coach who runs a group program, empowering lightworkers to step into their power and create the lives of their dreams. These are just a few examples of how you can transform your passion into profit by taking aligned action. As Deuteronomy 8:18 says, "But remember the Lord your God, for it is he who gives you the ability to produce wealth, and so confirms his covenant, which he swore to your ancestors, as it is today." But what if subconscious blocks are preventing you from fully embracing this Midas touch? How do you clear these internal obstacles and unlock your full potential for wealth creation? Chosen ones, many lightworkers struggle with poverty programming, negative beliefs, and ingrained patterns that hinder their financial freedom. These beliefs, often deeply rooted in childhood experiences, societal messaging, and even ancestral patterns, can manifest as a fear of risk, self-sabotage, and undervaluing your services. It's like having a hidden code in your subconscious that's constantly sabotaging your efforts to attract abundance. This is spiritual warfare. The enemy wants you broke, and he will use any means necessary to make that happen. Where does this poverty programming come from? Perhaps you grew up hearing that money is the root of all evil, or that rich people are greedy. Perhaps you witnessed your parents struggling financially, leading you to believe that money is scarce and difficult to obtain. Perhaps you carry the weight of ancestral patterns of poverty, passed down through generations. These beliefs can become deeply ingrained in your subconscious, shaping your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors around money. They can manifest as a fear of taking risks, a tendency to self-sabotage your success, and an unwillingness to charge what you're worth for your services. So how do you get rid of it? Fortunately, you can rewrite your poverty programming and unlock your full potential for abundance. This requires consistent effort, self-compassion, and a willingness to challenge your limiting beliefs. Start by identifying your negative beliefs about money. What do you believe about wealth, success, and prosperity? Write them down and examine them closely. Where did these beliefs come from? Are they really true? Are they serving you? Then, replace these negative beliefs with positive affirmations. Declare that you are worthy of abundance, that you are capable of creating wealth, and that you are open to receiving all the good that the universe has to offer. Visualize yourself living in abundance, enjoying financial freedom, and using your wealth to make a positive impact on the world. Engage in shadow work to uncover and heal any unresolved traumas or emotional wounds that may be contributing to your poverty programming. Refrain your thoughts about money and wealth to focus on all of the good that it can do. As Romans 12:2 says, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. I know a lightworker who is struggling to make ends meet despite her incredible healing abilities. She realized she had deep-seated beliefs about not being worthy of charging for her gifts. By consistently using affirmations and visualization, she gradually shifted her mindset, and started attracting more clients and charging what she was worth. Another lightworker I know used shadow work to heal childhood traumas related to money, freeing himself from the cycle of financial scarcity. Studies have consistently shown that affirmations and cognitive reframing can rewire your brain and change your beliefs about money. As Proverbs 18:21 says, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruits." But what if external forces are constantly reinforcing poverty programming and sabotaging your efforts to rewrite your beliefs? How do you protect your energy field and maintain a positive mindset in a world filled with negativity? Chosen ones, you must create an abundance bubble, a protective energetic field that shields you from negativity and attracts prosperity. This bubble acts as a filter, blocking out the toxic energies and reinforcing your positive intentions. Think of it as a spiritual force field that surrounds you, protecting you from the harmful vibrations of the outside world. A force field against the forces of the enemy, trying to keep you from what the universe has for you. How do you create and maintain this abundance bubble? Start by visualizing a bright, golden light surrounding you, creating a protective barrier between you and the outside world. This light is filled with love, joy, and abundance. It repels negativity and attracts prosperity. Engage in regular cleansing rituals to clear your energy field of any unwanted energies. Take salt baths, smudge with sage, or spend time in nature. Be mindful of the media you consume. Avoid negative news, violent movies, and anything that lowers your vibration. Set boundaries with toxic people who drain your energy and reinforce your limiting beliefs. Practice gratitude daily, focusing on all the good things in your life. Gratitude is a powerful magnet for abundance. Create a high vibrational environment in your home and workplace. Fill your space with things that bring you joy, such as plants, crystals, and uplifting artwork. Regularly reinforce your positive intentions by repeating affirmations, visualizing your goals, and taking inspired action. I've seen lightworkers use abundance bubbles to manifest incredible results. One lightworker I know was surrounded by negativity at work. By visualizing her abundance bubble every day, she was able to protect her energy and attract new opportunities that aligned with her values. Another lightworker used cleansing rituals to clear her energy field after spending time with toxic family members, preventing their negativity from affecting her abundance. The Bible speaks of putting on the full armor of God to protect yourself from spiritual attacks. Ephesians 6:11 says, "Put on the full armor of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes." But even with an abundance bubble, how can you amplify your success and accelerate your growth? By surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals who share your vision and support your journey. Chosen ones, build your tribe of abundance, a network of supportive relationships that accelerate your growth and foster collaboration. These are the people who believe in you, encourage you, and hold you accountable. Think of them as your spiritual allies, your partners in abundance. You can't do this alone. The benefits of having a tribe of abundance are immeasurable. They provide shared knowledge, mutual support, accountability, expanded networking opportunities, and collaborative ventures. They celebrate your victories, comfort you during setbacks, and push you to reach your full potential. They remind you of your worth and help you stay focused on your goals. They challenge your limiting beliefs and encourage you to step outside of your comfort zone. Building and nurturing such a tribe requires intentional effort. Join masterminds, attend networking events, participate in online communities, and seek out mentors who align with your values. Offer reciprocity, giving back to your tribe and supporting their success. I've seen lightworkers achieve incredible success through collaborative partnerships and supportive communities. One lightworker I know co-created a successful online course with a fellow lightworker, reaching a wider audience and generating more income than they could have achieved on their own. Another lightworker joined a mastermind group, receiving valuable feedback, support, and accountability that helped him grow his business exponentially. Social psychology studies have consistently shown that social support and networking can significantly impact your success. Proverbs 27:17 says, "As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another." But even with a supportive tribe, how do you maintain momentum and overcome obstacles on your path to abundance? How do you cultivate unwavering faith and trust in the universe's plan, even when things don't go as expected? Chosen ones, embrace abundance momentum, a mindset of continuous growth and unwavering trust that is essential for overcoming obstacles and achieving lasting wealth. This is the fuel that keeps you moving forward, even when things get tough. It's about choosing to see every challenge as an opportunity for growth and every setback as a stepping stone on your path. This is the kind of mindset that allows you to go to places you never could have gone otherwise. Cultivating resilience requires reframing setbacks as learning opportunities, practicing self-compassion, celebrating small victories, and maintaining a gratitude journal. Emphasize unwavering faith, even in the face of adversity. Believe that the universe has your back and that everything is happening for your highest good. Adopt a growth mindset, believing in your ability to continuously learn and improve. Implement this mindset by embracing challenges, seeking feedback, and viewing failures as stepping stones. Understand that you are not alone. The universe and the divine are on your side. I've seen lightworkers face incredible challenges, but ultimately triumph because of their resilience and faith. One lightworker I know lost her job during the pandemic. Instead of giving up, she used the opportunity to start her own business, turning her passion into a thriving source of income. Another lightworker faced numerous rejections when trying to publish her book. She persisted, refining her manuscript and seeking feedback until she finally landed a publishing deal. Psychological studies have shown that a growth mindset can significantly improve your resilience and ability to overcome challenges. Hebrews 11:1 says, "Now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see." But what if there was a way to not only shield yourself from negativity, but to actively attract the very abundance you desire? What if you could unlock prosperity portals that are always open, waiting for you to step through and receive? Chosen ones, prosperity portals are specific practices that act as energetic gateways, opening channels for wealth to flow into your life. They are not mere rituals, but powerful tools that shift your energetic landscape, aligning you with the vibration of abundance. Think of them as spiritual keys that unlock the treasure chest of the universe. Gratitude journaling, focused visualization, and powerful affirmations are some of the most effective prosperity portals you can utilize. When consistently and intentionally engaged, these can be some of the most potent manifestation tools available. You must engage in these to reap the blessings of the universe. How do these practices work? Gratitude journaling, for example, focuses your attention on the blessings you already have, creating a positive feedback loop that attracts even more abundance. Focused visualization allows you to create a clear mental picture of your desired reality, programming your subconscious mind for success. Powerful affirmations are declarations of truth that rewrite your limiting beliefs and empower you to claim your divine inheritance. For gratitude prompts, focus on the simple blessings in your life: the roof over your head, the food on your table, the love of your family. Visualize your ideal future. See yourself living in abundance, using your wealth to make a positive impact on the world. Affirm your worthiness. Declare that you are worthy of abundance, that you are capable of creating wealth, and that you are open to receiving all the good that the universe has to offer. I know a lightworker who struggled with financial scarcity for years. But after incorporating gratitude journaling, focused visualization, and powerful affirmations into her daily routine, she experienced a dramatic shift in her financial situation. Within a few months, she landed a lucrative job opportunity, attracted new clients to her healing practice, and even received unexpected financial gifts. She went from living paycheck to paycheck to experiencing a steady flow of abundance. Neuroscientific research has shown that gratitude, visualization, and affirmations can rewire your brain, activating the areas associated with positive emotions, motivation, and goal achievement. As Philippians 4:8 says, "Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things." But even with these prosperity portals activated, what if your subconscious mind is still sabotaging your efforts with limiting beliefs about money? Chosen ones, you possess a personalized wealth script, a collection of subconscious beliefs about money that dictate your financial outcomes. This script, often formed in childhood and reinforced by societal conditioning, can either propel you towards abundance or hold you captive in a cycle of scarcity. Rewriting your wealth script is essential for unlocking your full potential for financial freedom. You may be stunned by the limiting beliefs you may unknowingly have. How do you rewrite your wealth script? It starts with identifying your limiting beliefs. What do you believe about wealth, success, and prosperity? Do you believe that money is the root of all evil? Do you believe that rich people are greedy? Do you believe that it's more spiritual to be poor? These beliefs can be deeply ingrained in your subconscious, shaping your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors around money. You may have to dig deep to find these beliefs. These beliefs may come from what your parents told you, from what your friends told you, or from what you have observed in society. Next, challenge the beliefs that you have. Are they serving you? Are they true? What would you rather believe? Start working to change those beliefs. Once you've identified your limiting beliefs, it's time to transmute them. Thought reframing is a powerful technique for challenging negative thoughts and replacing them with positive ones. When a negative thought arises, ask yourself, is this thought really true? Is it helpful? Is it serving me? If not, reframe the thought in a more positive and empowering way. For example, instead of thinking, "I'm not good enough to make money," reframe it to, "I am capable of creating wealth and making a positive impact on the world." Emotional release techniques, such as EFT, emotional freedom techniques, tapping, can help you release any emotional blockages that may be contributing to your limiting beliefs. Many therapists have successfully used wealth script techniques to help their clients overcome financial obstacles and achieve greater abundance. I know a lightworker who always felt guilty about charging for her services. She believed that it was wrong to profit from her gifts. Through thought reframing and emotional release techniques, she realized that she was worthy of receiving abundance in exchange for her valuable contributions. As she shifted her mindset, she started attracting more clients and charging what she was worth, creating a thriving healing practice. As 2 Corinthians 5:17 says, "Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come, the old has gone, the new is here." But even with a rewritten wealth script, how can you actively attract opportunities that align with your values and lead to financial prosperity? Chosen ones, it's time to magnetize abundance opportunities by aligning your energy with profitable ventures that resonate with your lightworker values. This isn't about chasing money for its own sake. It's about finding the sweet spot where your passions, skills, and values intersect with the needs of the world. If you do this, you will attract the opportunities the universe wants you to have. How can you cultivate an opportunity mindset? Start by identifying your unique gifts and talents. What are you naturally good at? What do you love to do? What problems can you solve for others? Then research the market to see if there's a demand for your skills and services. Are people willing to pay for what you have to offer? Are there any gaps in the market that you can fill? This is where the planning comes in. You can't just manifest what you want. You have to know what that is and plan to obtain it. There are countless abundance opportunities that align with lightworker values. Online coaching, for example, allows you to share your wisdom and empower others to transform their lives. Ethical investing enables you to support companies that are making a positive impact on the world. Sustainable business models allow you to create wealth while protecting the environment. Here are a few additional ideas: writing and selling a book, offering workshops or retreats, creating and selling online courses, or developing and selling eco-friendly products. I know a lightworker who is passionate about sustainable living. She started a blog sharing her tips and tricks for reducing waste and living a more eco-friendly lifestyle. As her blog grew in popularity, she started monetizing it through affiliate marketing, selling eco-friendly products, and offering online courses. She was able to turn her passion into a thriving business that aligned with her values. But with abundant opportunities available, how do you take decisive action and implement a wealth-building roadmap that leads to lasting success? Chosen ones, it's time to execute your divine strategy, the fusion of intuition and practical planning that transforms your inspired vision into a tangible reality of wealth. Think of it as building your ark before the flood, preparing for the abundance that is destined to flow into your life. You can't just sit around and wait. You have to act. How do you create a practical action plan rooted in spiritual guidance? Start by setting clear intentions. What do you want to achieve? How much money do you want to make? What impact do you want to have on the world? Then, break down your goals into smaller, manageable steps. Create a daily routine that supports your goals. Schedule time for gratitude journaling, focused visualization, affirmations, and taking inspired action. If you are overwhelmed by all of the things you must do, just take it one step at a time. Every drop fills the bucket. Track your progress. Keep a record of your successes and challenges. This will help you stay motivated and make adjustments as needed. I know a lightworker who was struggling to launch her coaching business. She had a clear vision, but she lacked a practical action plan. By creating a detailed roadmap that outlined her marketing strategy, sales process, and financial goals, she was able to take consistent action and achieve significant breakthroughs. Within a few months, she had a thriving coaching business that was generating a steady stream of income. But how do you amplify your success and accelerate your growth? By surrounding yourself with a supportive network of like-minded individuals. Chosen ones, it's time to cultivate wealth synergy, the concept of exponential growth achieved through collaboration and community support. By building a tribe of abundance, you can leverage shared resources, diversified skills, and expanded reach to achieve more than you ever could on your own. It's time to connect with those who share your vision, amplify your strengths, and uplift you during challenging times. Iron sharpens iron. What are the benefits of collaboration? You get shared resources, diversified skills, and expanded reach. You also have accountability. Accountability will help you stay on track toward your goals. You are more likely to stick with your goals if you know that others are counting on you. You can seek out support from a friend, family member, or coach. How do you build and nurture a wealth synergy network? Start with effective communication. Clearly define roles and responsibilities. Establish mutual respect. A real-life example is how many bands have members with diverse musical abilities. These people come together and form a band, creating something greater than they would have been able to do on their own. I've seen lightworkers achieve incredible success through collaborative partnerships and supportive communities. One lightworker co-created a successful online course with a fellow lightworker, reaching a wider audience and generating more income than they could have achieved on their own. Another lightworker joined a mastermind group, receiving valuable feedback, support, and accountability that helped him grow his business exponentially. But even with a strong wealth synergy network, how do you maintain your inner peace and self-worth amidst the ups and downs of your financial journey? How do you truly believe that you are worthy of wealth? Chosen ones, you must embody abundant worthiness, embracing self-love and self-acceptance as the ultimate pillars of sustained wealth. Because the truth is you are worthy. Know that you are enough and that you deserve to be wealthy. Cultivating a deep sense of self-love and self-acceptance can come from practicing self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a dear friend. Forgive yourself for past mistakes. We all make mistakes, so don't beat yourself up over them. Learn from them and move on. Celebrate your strengths. Focus on what you do well and give yourself credit for your accomplishments. Recognize your inherent value. You are a unique and valuable individual, worthy of love, respect, and abundance. The power of positive affirmations cannot be understated. These affirmations can reinforce your worthiness. Implement self-care rituals. Take time each day to do things that nourish your mind, body, and spirit. Read something, listen to music, or any other activity that you enjoy. This is important for sustaining your energy. As Galatians 6:9 says, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." But what happens now? What action must you take? But what if you've been unknowingly denying yourself the very abundance the universe desires for you? What if there's a concept of divine entitlement that you need to embrace to unlock your financial potential? Chosen ones, divine entitlement isn't about arrogance or greed. It's about recognizing your inherent worthiness to receive and utilize abundance for good. It's the understanding that as a lightworker, you have a divine purpose, and the universe wants you to have the resources to fulfill that purpose. So many lightworkers struggle with guilt or shame around desiring wealth, believing it is somehow unspiritual or selfish. They think that wanting money is a sign of weakness or that it will somehow corrupt them. But this couldn't be further from the truth. The universe is abundant, and it wants you to thrive. Your desire for wealth isn't a character flaw, it's a spiritual calling. It's a recognition that you can do more good in the world with greater resources. It is no different than the calling to do good. Your time is now. Think of it like this. If you were given a powerful tool that could heal the sick, feed the hungry, and empower the oppressed, would you refuse to use it because you were afraid of being seen as boastful? Of course not. You would embrace that tool and use it to its fullest potential. Wealth is simply another tool, a powerful one that can be used for immense good. Just like King Solomon used his wealth to build the temple, you can use your wealth to build a better world. In fact, Scripture supports this, as Deuteronomy 8:18 states, "But remember the Lord your God, for it is He who gives you the ability to produce wealth, and so confirms His covenant, which He swore to your ancestors, as it is today. This is your sign." I know a lightworker who spent years struggling to make ends meet, volunteering her time and energy to help others while neglecting her own needs. She felt guilty about charging for her services, believing that it was somehow unspiritual to profit from her gifts. But after embracing the concept of divine entitlement, she realized that she was worthy of receiving abundance in exchange for her valuable contributions. She started charging what she was worth, attracting more clients, and creating a thriving healing practice. She was then able to use that money to help even more people. She went from feeling guilty about wanting money to embracing her right to abundance and using it to make a positive impact on the world. But what if you're afraid of misusing your wealth or becoming corrupted by it? How do you ensure that your abundance remains aligned with your spiritual values and doesn't lead you astray? Chosen ones, you must build an integrity shield, a set of ethical principles and conscious choices that safeguard your wealth and prevent corruption, ensuring alignment with your spiritual values. This shield isn't a passive defense. It's an active force that guides your decisions and protects your integrity. With your intention set to use wealth for good, that is the shield that protects you from the negative influences that could affect your judgment. Your integrity shield involves making ethical investment decisions, supporting companies that align with your values, and avoiding those that harm the environment or exploit workers. It means giving generously to charitable causes, supporting organizations that are making a positive impact on the world, and sharing your abundance with those in need. It means treating your employees and business partners with respect and fairness, creating a positive and supportive work environment, and ensuring that everyone is treated with dignity. It means being transparent and honest in all your financial dealings, avoiding any form of deception or manipulation, and always acting with integrity. And it means continuously seeking guidance from your intuition and spiritual advisors, listening to your inner wisdom, and making decisions that are aligned with your highest good. Think of the fair trade movement. It ensures that farmers and artisans in developing countries receive fair prices for their goods, empowering them to lift themselves out of poverty. By supporting fair trade, you're not just buying a product, you're investing in a more just and equitable world. Many wealthy individuals, like Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, have pledged to give away the majority of their wealth to philanthropic causes. They are using their resources to address some of the world's most pressing challenges, demonstrating that it is possible to be both wealthy and ethical. As Proverbs 11:3 says, "The integrity of the upright guides them, but the unfaithfulness of the treacherous destroys them." But even with an integrity shield in place, you also need to understand the energetic laws that govern money and wealth, so you can consciously create abundance and avoid attracting negative financial experiences. Chosen ones, it's time to master wealth energetics, the understanding and skillful application of the law of attraction and other manifestation techniques to consciously create abundance. This is about understanding that your thoughts, feelings, and actions have a direct impact on your financial reality. It's understanding the subtle energies that flow through your life and how to direct them with intention. It's understanding how to harness the power of the universe to create the wealth you desire. Key principles of wealth energetics include cultivating a mindset of abundance, focusing on what you have rather than what you lack, and believing that there is more than enough for everyone. It is about visualizing your desired financial outcomes, creating a clear mental picture of the wealth you want to create, and feeling the emotions associated with that reality. It is about speaking positive affirmations, declaring your worthiness to receive abundance, and rewriting your limiting beliefs about money. It is about practicing gratitude, appreciating the blessings you already have in your life, and attracting even more abundance. And it's about taking inspired action, following your intuition, and seizing opportunities that align with your goals. A common mistake people make when trying to manifest wealth is focusing on what they don't have. Instead, focus on the abundance that already exists in your life. Appreciate the small things, and the universe will reward you with even greater blessings. I know a lightworker who used the law of attraction to create a thriving business. She visualized herself running a successful company, spoke positive affirmations about her worthiness, and took inspired action by networking and seeking out new opportunities. Within a year, she had a thriving business that was generating a six-figure income. Scientific studies have shown that positive thinking and visualization can improve your performance and increase your chances of success. But what if you're doing everything right and still struggling to manifest wealth? What hidden subconscious blocks might be sabotaging your efforts, and how can you identify and release them? Chosen ones, prepare to unearth hidden blocks, deeply ingrained subconscious patterns that sabotage your wealth creation efforts, and understand the need for inner work to clear these obstacles. These blocks are like hidden landmines in your path, preventing you from reaching your full financial potential. You may have no idea they are there. These hidden blocks can stem from childhood traumas, negative experiences with money, limiting beliefs, inherited from your family or society, and unresolved emotional issues. Perhaps you were told that money is the root of all evil, or that rich people are greedy. Perhaps you experienced financial scarcity as a child, or you witnessed your parents struggling with debt. These experiences can create deep-seated beliefs that prevent you from attracting abundance. The root causes must be found and released to attain wealth. Practical techniques for identifying and releasing these blocks include shadow work, exploring your dark side, and integrating those aspects of yourself that you have been repressing. Inner child healing is another powerful technique, which involves connecting with your younger self and healing any emotional wounds that you may have experienced. Emotional freedom technique, EFT, tapping can help you release any emotional blockages that may be contributing to your limiting beliefs. Hypnotherapy is another option. It reprograms your subconscious mind with positive beliefs about money and abundance. Throughout this process, give yourself the compassion you deserve. I know a lightworker who always struggled with financial scarcity, no matter how hard she worked. Through inner child healing, she realized that she had internalized her parents' limiting beliefs about money. By releasing these beliefs, she was able to transform her financial situation. As Isaiah 61:1 says, "The Spirit of the Sovereign Lord is on me, because the Lord has anointed me to proclaim good news to the poor. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim freedom for the captives and release from darkness for the prisoners." But now you must protect this inner peace and protect yourself from outer negativity, for releasing hidden blocks creates space for abundance to flow in. But you also need to actively protect your energy field from negative influences and energetic attacks that can drain your wealth and vitality. Chosen ones, it's time to build an energetic fortress, a multi-layered system of protection against external negativity and psychic vampires, emphasizing the need to safeguard your abundance. This isn't about paranoia. It's about taking proactive steps to protect your energy and maintain your financial well-being. You can't have money if you don't protect what you have. How do you construct this energetic fortress? It begins with regular cleansing rituals, such as salt baths or smudging with sage, which can help to clear away any negative energy that you may have accumulated. Implementing visualization techniques, such as creating a protective bubble of light around yourself, can shield you from psychic attacks. Setting clear boundaries with toxic people, limiting your exposure to negative media, and practicing forgiveness can help to prevent negativity from entering your life. Connecting with nature, spending time outdoors, and grounding yourself in the present moment can help you to restore your energy and vitality. I know a lightworker who was constantly drained by negative people in her life. By setting clear boundaries and limiting her exposure to these individuals, she was able to protect her energy and create more space for abundance flow in. The story of the evil eye serves as a potent reminder of the power of jealousy and negative energy to harm us. In many cultures, it is believed that envious or malicious glares can inflict misfortune or illness on the recipient. To protect against the evil eye, people often wear amulets or talismans, such as the nazar, which is a blue glass bead with a white and black eye in the center. This serves as a reminder to shield ourselves from negative energies. What does this all mean? Are you really prepared to embrace this abundance? But what if you could turn on your inner magnetism, drawing wealth to you like a beacon in the night? Chosen ones, it's time to unlock the wealth magnet, blueprint a series of powerful steps to activate your inherent magnetism and attract financial abundance effortlessly. This isn't about chasing money. It's about aligning your energy with the frequency of wealth, allowing it to flow into your life naturally. This wealth magnet blueprint involves practical strategies like visualization techniques, where you vividly imagine yourself already possessing the wealth you desire, feeling the emotions of gratitude and joy as if it's already a reality. It involves energetic clearing, releasing any negative emotions, limiting beliefs, or past traumas that may be blocking your flow of abundance. It involves aligning your actions with your intentions, taking inspired steps towards your goals with unwavering faith and confidence. It involves understanding the science behind the law of attraction, recognizing that your thoughts and feelings create your reality, and consciously choosing to focus on positive outcomes. And it involves understanding that your beliefs act as a filter, shaping your perception of the world. When you believe in scarcity, you see lack everywhere. But when you believe in abundance, you see opportunities everywhere. As Proverbs 23:7 says, "For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he." This means that by changing your beliefs, you can change your reality. Consider Sarah, a lightworker who struggled to attract clients to her healing practice. She felt unworthy of charging high prices, believing that it was somehow unspiritual to profit from her gifts. But after applying the wealth magnet blueprint, she transformed her mindset and began attracting more clients than she could handle. She visualized herself running a successful business, spoke positive affirmations about her worthiness, and took inspired action by networking and promoting her services. Within months, she was generating a six-figure income, all while staying true to her spiritual values. She then began helping the homeless with the money she earned, providing them shelter and food. Countless business professionals attribute their success to the exact blueprint. Their stories reveal the power of this blueprint. But what if you feel guilty about wanting to be wealthy, believing that it's somehow selfish or unspiritual? Chosen ones prepare to release the martyr complex, a subconscious belief that equates suffering with spiritual virtue, hindering you from receiving the abundance you deserve. This insidious complex whispers lies in your ear, telling you that it's more spiritual to be poor, that wanting money is a sign of greed, and that you must sacrifice your own needs to serve others. These lies couldn't be further from the truth. This martyr complex can manifest in various ways, such as self-sabotaging behaviors, undervaluing your services, and a reluctance to receive financial rewards. You might find yourself giving away your time and energy for free, neglecting your own needs, and feeling resentful when others prosper. You might unconsciously sabotage your own success, fearing that if you become wealthy, you will somehow lose your spiritual connection or become corrupted. This limiting belief often stems from religious teachings that glorify poverty and self-sacrifice, portraying wealth as a sign of worldliness and spiritual deficiency. But the Bible is also filled with wealthy people who pleased God, such as Abraham, Joseph, and David, who used their resources to bless others and advance God's purposes. Remember, true service comes from a place of abundance, not deprivation. When you are financially secure, you can give more freely, serve more effectively, and make a greater impact on the world. You can give without expectation, give without feeling drained, and give without resenting. Think of a lightworker who always struggled to make ends meet, volunteering her time to help others while neglecting her own needs. She believed that it was more spiritual to be poor, and she felt guilty about wanting to earn more money. But after releasing the martyr complex, she realized that she could serve others even more effectively by creating financial abundance for herself. She started charging what she was worth, attracting more clients, and creating a thriving healing practice. She was then able to use her income to support charitable causes and create even more positive change in the world. But is this all really possible for me and the vision that I have? Chosen ones, it's time to unleash your limitless potential, the inherent capacity within you to create financial freedom and abundance beyond your wildest dreams. You possess unique gifts, talents, and passions that the world desperately needs. The universe is waiting for you to tap into this limitless potential, to unleash your creativity, and to create a life of abundance and purpose. How do you tap into this limitless potential? It starts with identifying your unique gifts and talents, recognizing what you are naturally good at and what brings you joy. It involves exploring unconventional income streams, thinking outside the box, and finding innovative ways to monetize your passions. It involves embracing creativity and innovation, developing new products, services, or business models that meet the needs of others. It involves believing in the power of manifestation, visualizing your desired financial outcomes, and taking inspired action towards your goals. And it involves setting audacious goals, challenging yourself to dream bigger, and believing that anything is possible. As Mark 9:23 says, if you can believe, all things are possible to him who believes. But it starts with thinking bigger. Consider a lightworker who loved to create art. She had always dreamed of selling her artwork, but she doubted her ability to make a living from it. But after unleashing her limitless potential, she created a thriving online business, selling her artwork to customers around the world. She tapped into her creativity, explored unconventional income streams, and believed in the power of manifestation. She now earns a six-figure income from her art, all while pursuing her passion and making a positive impact on the world. But tapping into infinite potential requires unwavering belief in your vision and your ability to achieve it. Chosen ones, it's time to cultivate unwavering belief, the bedrock of all manifestation, emphasizing the need for unshakable faith in your ability to create abundance. This isn't just wishful thinking. It's a deep, unwavering conviction that you are worthy of abundance and that you have the power to create it. How do you cultivate unwavering belief? Surround yourself with positive influences, spending time with people who believe in you and your dreams, and limiting your exposure to negative people or environments. Practice gratitude, appreciating the blessings you already have in your life, and focusing on what you have rather than what you lack. Celebrate small victories, acknowledging your progress and building momentum towards your goals. Visualize success, creating a clear mental picture of your desired financial outcomes and feeling the emotions associated with that reality. Connect with a higher power, praying, meditating, or spending time in nature, seeking guidance and inspiration from the divine. Overcoming doubts and fears that can sabotage your faith is key. When you feel doubt creeping in, challenge those thoughts with positive affirmations, reminding yourself of your worthiness and your power to create abundance. If you find yourself having fears that are derailing your focus, find a place to seek peace and pray for calmness. I recall an individual who was told throughout life that they could never succeed. Despite these challenges and negativity, they built unwavering belief in their success. By spending time with positive influences, they were able to drown out all the negative thoughts and become successful. It just takes time, focus, and above all, belief. But even with unwavering belief, challenges and setbacks are inevitable. How do you transform these obstacles into opportunities for growth and abundance? Chosen ones, it's time to become an abundance alchemist, transforming challenges and setbacks into catalysts for financial growth, turning lead into gold. This isn't about avoiding challenges. It's about embracing them as opportunities to learn, grow, and expand your potential. To become an abundance alchemist, you must reframe challenges as learning opportunities, asking yourself what you can learn from the experience and how you can use it to improve your future results. Take every challenge as a way to grow. By doing this, success becomes the only option. You can also shift your perspective, viewing challenges as temporary setbacks rather than permanent defeats, recognizing that every obstacle is an opportunity to grow stronger and more resilient. I know a woman who was fired from her job. She viewed the challenge as an opportunity to build her own business. She made that a learning opportunity and grew from it. As Romans 8:28 says, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose." Consider Thomas Edison's countless failed attempts to invent the light bulb. Instead of giving up, he viewed each failure as a learning opportunity, ultimately leading to his groundbreaking invention. Or look at the story of Steve Jobs, who was fired from Apple, the company he founded. Instead of succumbing to despair, he used this setback as an opportunity to reflect on his vision and start a new company, NXT, which eventually led to his triumphant return to Apple. But it's all of these things combined that lightworkers can truly change their lives. But what is next? Chosen ones, have you ever felt like an invisible force was holding you back from the financial abundance you deserve? You might be surprised to discover that this force isn't external, but an internal barrier, a worthiness barrier, that actively blocks the flow of wealth into your life. It's time to recognize it. This worthiness barrier manifests in many subtle, yet destructive ways. Perhaps you self-sabotage by procrastinating on important tasks, or you suffer from imposter syndrome, constantly doubting your abilities. Maybe you fear visibility, shying away from opportunities to showcase your talents, or you simply feel reluctant to receive gifts or compliments. The underlying causes of this barrier often stem from childhood trauma, negative programming from society, and societal conditioning that equates self-worth with external achievements. You might have heard things like, "Money doesn't grow on trees," or "Who do you think you are to be rich?" These messages sink deep into your subconscious, creating a belief that you are inherently unworthy of abundance. But this couldn't be further from the truth. Dismantling this worthiness barrier requires a profound shift in self-perception. You can start by practicing daily affirmations, declaring your worthiness and deservingness of abundance. Visualize yourself receiving the financial blessings you desire, feeling the joy and gratitude as if they are already yours. Engage in inner child work, comforting and reassuring the wounded parts of yourself that believe you are not good enough. And explore shadow work, confronting and integrating the hidden aspects of your personality that contribute to feelings of unworthiness. Above all, remember to practice self-compassion and forgiveness, treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a dear friend. Consider a lightworker, let's call her Maria, who struggled with chronic financial insecurity. She was incredibly talented and passionate about her work, but she constantly undervalued her services and attracted clients who couldn't afford to pay her what she was worth. After years of struggling, she realized that she had a deep-seated belief that she was unworthy of abundance. She then began practicing affirmations, visualizing success, and engaging in inner child work. Slowly but surely, she began to transform her self-perception. She started charging what she was worth, attracting more clients, and creating a thriving business that allowed her to live a life of financial freedom and purpose. Psalm 139:14 declares, "I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful, I know that full well." This scripture is a testament to your innate worthiness in God's eyes, but even with a strong sense of self-worth, you also need to consciously align your energy with the frequency of abundance to attract the opportunities and resources you need to thrive. What if there was a secret frequency that unlocked financial miracles? There is. You must align with the abundance frequency, a specific energetic vibration that attracts financial miracles. Think of your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs as radio waves, emitting specific frequencies that attract similar energies. When you harbor negative thoughts, feelings of lack, and limiting beliefs about money, you are tuning into a frequency of scarcity, attracting more of the same into your life. But when you cultivate positive thoughts, feelings of gratitude, and empowering beliefs about abundance, you are tuning into a frequency of abundance, attracting financial miracles into your life. The key is to consciously raise your vibration. Practice gratitude daily, focusing on the blessings you already have in your life, no matter how small. Engage in joyful activities that make you feel good, such as dancing, singing, or spending time with loved ones. Immerse yourself in nature, allowing the beauty and tranquility of the natural world to uplift your spirit. Listen to uplifting music that inspires and motivates you, and connect with supportive people who believe in you and your dreams. Equally important is clearing negative energy and releasing emotional baggage. You can do this through meditation, prayer, or energy healing techniques. By raising your vibration, you become a magnet for financial abundance, attracting opportunities, resources, and synchronicities that propel you towards your goals. I know a lightworker, let's call him David, who was struggling to make ends meet despite working tirelessly. He was constantly stressed and anxious about money, which created a negative energetic vibration that repelled abundance. After learning about the abundance frequency, he began practicing gratitude, spending time in nature, and listening to uplifting music. He also started clearing negative energy through meditation. Within a few weeks, he noticed a dramatic shift in his financial situation. He attracted new clients, received unexpected opportunities, and experienced a surge of income. Quantum physics suggests that the universe is made up of energy and that our thoughts and emotions can influence reality. By aligning with the abundance frequency, you are essentially tapping into the power of the universe to manifest your financial desires. But aligning with the abundance frequency is only half the battle. You also need to take inspired action, guided by your intuition and divine guidance, to create tangible results in the physical world. Chosen ones, what if the secret to financial breakthroughs lies in following your inner compass? It does. It's time to embody intuitive action, the act of following inner guidance to manifest financial breakthroughs. Intuitive action is very different from hustle. Hustling implies forcing things to happen through sheer willpower, often driven by fear and desperation. Intuitive action, on the other hand, flows effortlessly from a place of inner knowing, guided by your intuition and aligned with your divine purpose. Developing your intuition is key. Create a quiet space where you can connect with your inner self, free from distractions and external influences. Pay attention to your gut feelings, those subtle nudges of intuition that often get drowned out by the noise of your mind. Practice mindfulness, observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment and tuning into the wisdom of your heart. Ask for guidance from your higher self or the divine and trust that you will receive the answers you need. The most important thing to remember is to trust your intuition. God speaks to us through our intuition. Trust it. Consider Sarah, a lightworker who always struggled to make ends meet by running a small shop. One day, she had a strong intuitive feeling to close her shop and go online. Although she had never run an online business before, Sarah knew she had to trust her intuition. She closed her shop, invested in building a website, and started selling her products online. Within months, she was generating more revenue than ever before. She was stunned. Countless other stories exist. But what if people criticize you for following your intuition, dismissing it as woo-woo or impractical? How do you stay true to your path and maintain your confidence in the face of skepticism and judgment? Chosen ones, how can you shield yourself from the negativity of others when pursuing your divine financial path? By creating a skeptic shield, a protective strategy against doubt, helping to protect the lightworker's abundance. Creating a skeptic shield involves several key strategies. First and foremost, you must cultivate unwavering trust in your own intuition and divine guidance. Remember that you are the one who is receiving the messages, not the naysayers. Build your confidence by celebrating your past successes and focusing on your strengths. Surround yourself with supportive people who believe in you and your vision. Set clear boundaries with those who constantly criticize or undermine you, limiting your exposure to their negativity. Maintain a positive mindset, focusing on the abundance and opportunities that surround you. And reframe negative comments as opportunities for growth, recognizing that criticism often comes from a place of fear or insecurity. You must stand firm in your vision, knowing that you are on the right path, even when others doubt you. I know of a man who had a vision to build his own business. Despite many people calling it a pipe dream, he never listened. He built trust and shielded himself from the negativity. He is now a multi-millionaire. The power of the mind can't be understated. But what if I told you there was an even deeper meaning to creating a skeptic shield? What if the people who are criticizing you most vehemently are secretly admiring your courage and wishing they had the strength to follow their own dreams? Believe it or not, sometimes those who criticize you the loudest are simply projecting their own insecurities and regrets onto you. They see your boldness and authenticity, and it triggers their own feelings of inadequacy. This leads us to the importance of continuous self-improvement. What does that all entail? We will discuss that next. Chosen ones, continuous self-improvement isn't just about acquiring new skills or knowledge. It's about cultivating a holistic sense of well-being that extends to every aspect of your life. But what if I told you that your financial abundance is directly linked to the health of your mind, body, and spirit? This is where the abundance ecosystem comes into play, understanding that wealth isn't a solitary pursuit, but rather thrives in a vibrant network of interconnected factors. Think of it as a garden. You can't expect to harvest a bountiful crop if the soil is depleted, the plants are malnourished, or the environment is toxic. Similarly, you can't expect to attract lasting financial abundance if you're neglecting your physical health, mental clarity, emotional stability, spiritual connection, supportive relationships, or sense of purpose. These elements contribute to creating fertile ground for abundance. Neglecting any of these areas can create energetic leaks, limiting your financial potential. Prioritize self-care, engaging in activities that nourish your body, mind, and soul. Practice mindfulness, cultivating awareness of your thoughts, emotions, and sensations. Nurture relationships, surrounding yourself with supportive and uplifting people. Pursue meaningful work, aligning your actions with your values and passions. Consider the relationship between inner peace and financial prosperity. When you cultivate inner peace, you radiate a sense of calm and confidence that attracts opportunities and resources. I recall a lightworker named Emily who was working tirelessly to build her business, often sacrificing her health and well-being in the process. She was constantly stressed, sleep-deprived, and disconnected from her spiritual practice. As a result, her business began to suffer. Her energy levels plummeted, her creativity dried up, and her client base dwindled. It wasn't until she began prioritizing self-care, practicing mindfulness, and reconnecting with her spiritual practice that her business started to thrive again. She realized that her financial success was directly linked to her overall well-being. The Bible tells us in 3 John 1:2, "Dear friend, I pray that you may enjoy good health, and that all may go well with you, even as your soul is getting along well." This verse highlights the importance of holistic health, recognizing that our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being are all interconnected. But even with a thriving, abundance ecosystem, negative thought patterns and limiting beliefs can still sabotage your success. How do you reprogram your mind for wealth and eliminate the self-sabotaging thoughts that are holding you back? Chosen ones, your mind is a powerful magnet, attracting either scarcity or abundance based on your dominant thought patterns. It's time to reprogram your wealth mindset and unlock your limitless potential for prosperity. Limiting beliefs, negative self-talk, and fear-based thinking create a scarcity mindset that repels abundance. These beliefs act as energetic blocks, preventing you from receiving the financial blessings that are rightfully yours. You might tell yourself things like, "I'm not good enough," "I don't deserve to be rich," or "money is the root of all evil." These messages sink deep into your subconscious, shaping your reality and limiting your potential. Reprogramming your mind for wealth requires identifying and challenging these limiting beliefs. Question their validity, examine their origins, and replace them with empowering beliefs that support your financial goals. Practice affirmations, declaring your worthiness and deservingness of abundance. Visualize success, imagining yourself achieving your financial goals and feeling the joy and gratitude that come with it. Surround yourself with positive influences, seeking out supportive people who believe in you and your dreams. Cultivate gratitude, appreciating what you already have in your life, no matter how small. These things shift your mindset. These patterns can be transmitted across generations. Consider the story of a lightworker, let's call him Michael, who grew up in a family with a scarcity mindset. He constantly heard messages like, "Money is hard to come by, and we can't afford that." As a result, he developed a deep-seated belief that he was destined to struggle financially. It wasn't until he began consciously reprogramming his mind for wealth that he started to experience a shift in his financial situation. He started practicing affirmations, visualizing success, and surrounding himself with positive influences. Within a few months, he landed a high-paying job, attracted new clients to his business, and experienced a surge of income. Studies on the power of positive thinking have shown that our thoughts can directly influence our outcomes. The Bible declares in Proverbs 23:7, "For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he." This scripture highlights the power of our thoughts to shape our reality. But even with a powerful wealth mindset, you also need to be willing to take calculated risks and step outside your comfort zone to seize opportunities and create financial breakthroughs. How do you overcome your fear of failure and embrace the unknown with courage and confidence? Chosen ones, abundant courage isn't the absence of fear, but rather the willingness to act in spite of it. It's time to step beyond your limitations and unlock your financial potential. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, and fear of the unknown can paralyze lightworkers, preventing them from taking the necessary steps to create abundance. These fears can manifest as procrastination, self-sabotage, or simply avoiding opportunities altogether. Cultivating abundant courage requires identifying your fears, challenging your comfort zone, and taking small, incremental steps towards your goals. Celebrate your progress, acknowledging your accomplishments and learning from your mistakes. Seek support from your community, surrounding yourself with people who encourage and uplift you. Reframing failure as a learning opportunity and trusting that the universe is guiding you are also key. Remember this, failure is a crucial part of the learning process. Consider the story of a lightworker, let's call her Jessica, who dreamed of starting her own business but was terrified of failure. She constantly worried about losing money, being judged by others, and not being good enough. It wasn't until she began consciously cultivating courage that she took the leap and launched her business. She started by taking small, incremental steps, such as creating a business plan, building a website, and marketing her services. She celebrated her progress along the way and sought support from her community. Although she faced challenges and setbacks, she never gave up. She learned from her mistakes, adapted her strategies, and eventually created a thriving business that generated both wealth and purpose. In the Bible, we see countless stories of those who did courageous things. We learn of Esther, who was a great example of what one must do to rise above fear. But how do you ensure that your pursuit of wealth remains aligned with your spiritual values and doesn't compromise your integrity or your commitment to serving others? How do you create a business or career that is both profitable and purposeful? Chosen ones, it's time to create a soul-aligned business, an enterprise that not only generates abundance, but also resonates with your deepest values and passions. A soul-aligned business is one that is profitable, purposeful, and aligned with your unique gifts and talents. It's a business that not only generates wealth, but also makes a positive impact on the world. A business that makes an impact on the world is more important now than ever. To create a soul-aligned business, start by identifying your passions, values, and skills. What are you good at? What do you enjoy doing? What causes are you passionate about? Then, explore ways to monetize your gifts and talents while staying true to your values. Create a business plan that outlines your goals, strategies, and financial projections. Seek guidance from mentors, coaches, and spiritual advisors, and be open to adapting your plans as you grow and evolve. There are countless ways to create a soul-aligned business. You might start a coaching practice, offering your expertise to others. You might create and sell products that align with your values, such as eco-friendly clothing or organic food. You might start a nonprofit organization, addressing a social or environmental issue that you care deeply about. There is the story of an organization that was soul-aligned, and it rose to new heights. In fact, it dwarfed all other organizations in the industry. It was not motivated by profits, but by its core values. People loved the company so much that they spent thousands of dollars on it, not because it provided the best product in the industry, but because it had the best values. Statistics from various soul-aligned businesses reflect the rise of these kinds of companies. What we will discuss next will certainly make an impact on your life. Chosen ones, are you ready to unleash the wealth alchemist within and transmute your limiting beliefs into empowering truths? It's time to turn lead into gold and unlock your full financial potential. Limiting beliefs about money act as energetic blocks, preventing abundance from flowing freely into your life. These beliefs, often formed in childhood or through societal conditioning, create a scarcity mindset that repels wealth and keeps you stuck in a cycle of lack. Cognitive reframing can assist you in identifying and challenging your limiting beliefs. For example, if you believe, "I'm not good enough to be rich," ask yourself, is this belief really true? Where did it come from? What evidence do I have to support it? Then, replace that belief with an empowering truth: I am worthy of abundance, and I have unique gifts to share with the world. Shadow work will bring you face to face with your darker feelings. Inner child healing can allow one to reconcile with negative belief patterns. Affirmations are another tool. The power of repeating positive affirmations can shift your subconscious mind and attract abundance. For example, repeat affirmations like, "I am a magnet for money," or "I am open to receiving financial blessings." Self-compassion is important because it allows one to recognize that the process of dismantling negative beliefs can take time, and it allows one to practice gratitude for even the smallest progress. Consider the story of Sarah, a lightworker who believed that money is the root of all evil. She grew up in a religious household where wealth was seen as materialistic and unspiritual. As a result, she struggled to attract abundance into her life, even though she had a deep desire to serve others and make a positive impact on the world. It wasn't until she began challenging her limiting beliefs that she started to see a shift in her financial situation. She realized that money itself is not evil, but rather a tool that can be used for good or bad. She began practicing affirmations, visualizing herself using her wealth to support her mission, and surrounding herself with positive influences. Within a few months, she attracted new clients to her healing practice, received unexpected financial blessings, and experienced a surge of income. Proverbs 23:7 tells us to think good thoughts because it can affect reality. This is why cognitive reframing is so important. Studies show that limiting beliefs can be changed through consistent work. This can be done through affirmations, belief reframing, or therapy. But even after dismantling your limiting beliefs, how do you chart a course toward financial fulfillment that aligns with your unique purpose and values? Chosen ones, creating a wealth vision is essential for clarifying your unique path to financial fulfillment. It's about crafting a clear and compelling picture of what abundance looks like for you, aligning it with your soul's purpose, and creating a roadmap for your financial journey. A true wealth vision extends far beyond material possessions. It encompasses the impact you want to make on the world, the freedom and flexibility you desire, the relationships you want to cultivate, and the legacy you want to leave behind. It's about defining what financial success really means to you. To create your own wealth vision, begin by engaging in introspective exercises. Journaling prompts can assist you in clarifying your values and desires. What impact do I want to make on the world with my wealth? How can I use my financial resources to support my mission and serve others? What kind of lifestyle do I want to create for myself and my loved ones? Visualization exercises can assist you in connecting with your intuition and allowing you to imagine yourself living your ideal life of abundance. Feel the emotions of joy, gratitude, and fulfillment. The more vivid your vision, the more magnetic it becomes. Consider the example of a lightworker, let's call him David, who was working a corporate job that paid well but left him feeling unfulfilled. He knew he wanted to do something more meaningful with his life, but he wasn't sure what that was. After taking the time to create a wealth vision, he realized that his true passion was helping underprivileged children. He decided to leave his corporate job and start a nonprofit organization that provided educational resources and support to children in need. Although he initially took a pay cut, he felt more fulfilled and purposeful than ever before. Within a few years, his organization grew, and he attracted funding from donors who were aligned with his mission. His path to wealth was aligned with his values. Many lightworkers have had similar experiences. It is common to have feelings of self-doubt, but with proper support, many people can define their wealth vision. But even with a clear wealth vision, what steps can you take to reclaim your time, maximize your earning potential, and break free from the illusion of time scarcity? Chosen ones, prepare to eradicate the time scarcity myth and unlock the abundance of time that is rightfully yours. Remember that time is more valuable than money, yet it is often treated as a limited and depleting resource. Lightworkers often feel pulled in many directions, juggling multiple responsibilities and struggling to find enough hours in the day. This can lead to burnout, stress, and a sense of being overwhelmed. The key is to prioritize your time and energy, focusing on activities that align with your wealth vision and generate the greatest return. Delegate tasks to others, automate repetitive processes, and eliminate time-wasting activities altogether. Learn to say no to commitments that don't align with your values or contribute to your goals. Remember, your time is a precious resource, and it should be invested wisely. The key to maximizing your earning potential is to focus on activities that leverage your unique gifts and talents. Rather than trading your time for money, create systems and processes that generate passive income and allow you to earn money while you sleep. Consider the story of a lightworker, let's call her Maria, who is working long hours as a massage therapist but struggling to make ends meet. She felt like she was constantly trading her time for money, and she was exhausted and burned out. After learning about time management and passive income, she decided to create a series of online courses that taught people how to massage themselves. This allowed her to leverage her expertise and generate income even when she wasn't working directly with clients. Within a few months, her online courses became a significant source of revenue, and she was able to reduce her hours as a massage therapist and create more time for herself. Lightworkers around the world have found the power of prioritizing their time. There are ways of shifting one's perspectives. But what if abundance is not just something you get, but it is something that permeates throughout your life, creating a ripple effect of joy, health, and fulfillment? Can living an abundant life make wealth happen? Chosen ones, prepare to embrace an abundant lifestyle and embody wealth in every area of your life. It's time to transcend the limited view that wealth is solely about money and embrace a holistic approach that encompasses joy, health, purpose, and meaningful connections. An abundant lifestyle is not just about accumulating material possessions. It's about cultivating a life that is rich in experiences, relationships, and personal growth. This means making conscious choices that support your well-being and align with your values. Incorporate small changes into your daily routine, create new habits, and invest in experiences that nourish your body, mind, and soul. Practice gratitude, appreciating the abundance that already exists in your life. Spend time in nature, connecting with the earth, and replenishing your energy. Nurture your relationships, surrounding yourself with supportive and uplifting people. Pursue your passions, engaging in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. Invest in your personal growth, learning new skills, and expanding your horizons. Small changes in lifestyle create massive changes in wealth creation. Small habits contribute to a greater whole. Consider the example of a lightworker who decided to prioritize their health and well-being. They started eating a nutritious diet, exercising regularly, and practicing mindfulness. As a result, they experienced a surge of energy, improved their mental clarity, and boosted their immune system. This not only enhanced their overall quality of life, but also increased their productivity and earning potential. They were able to work more efficiently, make better decisions, and attract new opportunities. As more people invest in themselves, there will be a greater number of people able to build wealth. It all starts with a first step. Even with an abundant lifestyle, lightworkers are still subject to the effects of imposter syndrome. What can they do to embrace their expertise and own their value? Chosen ones, it's time to face imposter syndrome head-on, embrace your expertise, and own your value with unwavering confidence. Imposter syndrome is the persistent feeling of self-doubt and inadequacy despite evidence of your competence and accomplishments. It can plague even the most talented lightworkers, causing them to question their abilities, downplay their successes, and fear being exposed as a fraud. Small steps taken can improve feelings of worth. The first step is acknowledging that you have these feelings of being an imposter. Celebrate your accomplishments, no matter how small. Remind yourself of the positive feedback you've received from clients, colleagues, or mentors. Focus on your strengths rather than dwelling on your weaknesses. Seek support from a trusted friend, coach, or therapist. Remember that everyone experiences self-doubt from time to time. It's a normal part of the human experience. Consider the example of a lightworker who was an expert in her field but constantly doubted her abilities. She was afraid of speaking in public, sharing her knowledge, or charging what she was worth. It wasn't until she began challenging her negative self-talk and embracing her expertise that she started to see a shift in her confidence and success. She joined a public speaking group, started sharing her insights on social media, and raised her prices. As a result, she attracted new clients, gained recognition in her industry, and experienced a surge of income. Even the most successful people deal with feelings of inadequacy. Those feelings are normal. Overcoming the feelings of being an imposter allows one to step into greater wealth. But even with this acknowledgement, sometimes other people affect the level of wealth. Can they banish toxic relationships to create healthy boundaries and cultivate supportive connections? Chosen ones, it's time to banish toxic relationships from your life, create healthy boundaries, and cultivate supportive connections that fuel your abundance. Toxic relationships can drain your energy, undermine your confidence, and sabotage your success. These relationships are characterized by negativity, criticism, manipulation, and a lack of support. They can leave you feeling depleted, discouraged, and unable to pursue your goals. Setting boundaries is essential for protecting your energy and maintaining your well-being. Learn to say no to requests that don't align with your values or contribute to your goals. Limit your exposure to toxic people and create physical and emotional distance. Surround yourself with supportive, uplifting, and positive people who believe in you. Seek out relationships that are based on mutual respect, trust, and encouragement. Consider the example of a lightworker who was constantly criticized and belittled by her family. They didn't understand her spiritual path, discouraged her from pursuing her dreams, and constantly told her that she would never succeed. This toxic relationship drained her energy, undermined her confidence, and prevented her from achieving her goals. It wasn't until she created healthy boundaries and limited her exposure to her family that she was able to break free from their negativity and start pursuing her passions with confidence. Various books in the Bible highlight the need to create boundaries. It's crucial for people who want to welcome wealth into their lives. How can lightworkers shift from negativity to positivity? How can they cultivate a gratitude mindset, appreciating what they have to attract what they desire? Chosen ones, it's time to cultivate a gratitude mindset and unlock the energetic power of appreciation. By focusing on what you have, you attract more of what you desire. Gratitude is a powerful emotion that shifts your focus from lack to abundance. When you appreciate what you have, you open yourself up to receiving even more blessings. Take time each day to acknowledge the things you are grateful for, no matter how small. List out things in your life that you are grateful for. Keep a gratitude journal, writing down 3 things you appreciate each day. Express your appreciation to others, thanking them for their contributions to your life. Practice mindfulness, savoring the present moment, and appreciating the simple things in life. Consider the example of a lightworker who was struggling financially and feeling discouraged. She decided to start a gratitude journal, writing down 3 things she was grateful for each day. At first, it was difficult to find things to appreciate, but as she continued to practice gratitude, she began to notice the abundance that already existed in her life. She was grateful for her health, her family, her friends, her talents, and her opportunities. As she shifted her focus from lack to abundance, she began to attract new opportunities, receive unexpected financial blessings, and experience a surge of income. Different actions are linked to wealth. This is why a gratitude mindset is important. What about those who struggle to get started? How can one activate their inner millionaire, shifting their identity to embody wealth and abundance? Chosen ones, it's time to activate your inner millionaire and embody the identity of wealth and abundance. You have the power to transform your self-image and create a reality that aligns with your deepest desires. The inner millionaire is the wealthy, successful, and abundant version of yourself that already exists within you. By shifting your identity to embody this version of yourself, you can attract wealth and abundance into your life with greater ease. Start by visualizing yourself as your inner millionaire. Imagine how you would think, feel, and act if you were already wealthy and successful. Dress the part, acting as if one already has the money. Adopt a millionaire mindset, believing that you are worthy of abundance and capable of achieving your financial goals. Emulate the habits of successful people, learning from their strategies and adopting their best practices. Take action towards your goals, even if you feel scared or uncertain. Lightworkers throughout the world have activated their inner millionaire and have achieved great wealth because of it. Case studies have shown there are ways of activating them. This is why it's a powerful technique. This is your final call to action. Begin to implement wealth attraction principles. Chosen ones, are you truly ready to redefine what work means to you? Prepare to shatter the illusion that work is a laborious grind and embrace the truth. It's an opportunity for joyful service and profound self-expression. For too long, lightworkers have been trapped in unfulfilling jobs and careers. Drained of their energy, stifled creativity, and forced to suppress their true calling, they feel like cogs in a machine, disconnected from their purpose. This is not the divine plan for you. You are meant to thrive, to radiate your light, and to serve the world with joy and abundance. It's time to break free from the shackles of the mundane and discover the true meaning of ikigai, the Japanese philosophy of finding your purpose at the intersection of what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. Think of the joy you experience while doing something you love. Now imagine getting paid for it. What steps can you take to make that a reality? The Bible encourages joyful work. Ecclesiastes 3:13 says that each of them may eat and drink and find satisfaction in all their toil. This is the gift of God. You are meant to find satisfaction in your work. Consider the story of a lightworker named Emily who spent years working as an accountant. Despite earning a decent salary, she felt deeply unfulfilled. Her true passion was art. She spent her evenings painting and creating beautiful works of art. After discovering the concept of ikigai, she realized that she could combine her love of art with her desire to serve others. She started offering art therapy workshops for children with special needs. Not only did she find her work more meaningful, but she also started earning more money than she ever had as an accountant. She had found her ikigai. It can be done, no matter the circumstances. Studies show that job satisfaction is linked to overall well-being and that purpose-driven careers lead to greater abundance and fulfillment. You can have abundance and still have passion for what you do. But how can they do this within the construct of the career? It may not be as difficult as you think. Find meaning in what you do, and you may be surprised how your feelings shift. Chosen ones, are you ready to escape the 9-to-5 matrix and create location and financial freedom through entrepreneurship? The time for true independence has come. The 9-to-5 matrix is a system designed to keep you trapped, to limit your potential, and to prevent you from fully expressing your gifts. The constraints of a traditional job can stifle your creativity, drain your energy, and prevent you from serving the world in the way you were meant to. To break free from this matrix, consider the importance of creating multiple income streams. Don't rely on a single source of income. Explore different avenues for generating wealth, such as online courses, affiliate marketing, or real estate investments. Create a business that is scalable and allows for time freedom. Focus on building systems and processes that generate income even when you're not actively working. Embrace the power of passive income, allowing you to earn money while you sleep, travel, or pursue your passions. Think about the possibilities and the freedoms they allow. Consider the story of a lightworker named John who was working as a teacher but felt limited by the constraints of his job. He started a blog where he shared his insights on spirituality and personal growth. He also created an online course based on his teachings. Within a few months, he was earning more money from his blog and online course than he was from his teaching job. He quit his job and became a full-time entrepreneur, traveling the world and sharing his message with a global audience. A business that is scalable can be a pathway for wealth. Statistics show that lightworkers who leave their jobs and pursue their passions often earn more money and experience greater fulfillment. Let me emphasize, this isn't only for those who want to quit, but can work for those who want to make money on the side. What are steps that can be taken to do this? Now is the time to take the steps to creating that future. Chosen ones, are you ready to monetize your spiritual gifts and create a thriving business aligned with your soul's purpose? Your gifts are not meant to be hidden. They are meant to be shared with the world and rewarded abundantly. spiritual gifts can be monetized, which is often not discussed in faith-based teachings. This is a deception designed to keep you in a state of lack and prevent you from fulfilling your divine mission. To unlock your financial potential, you must identify your unique gifts and talents. What are you naturally good at? What do people come to you for help with? What brings you joy and fulfillment? Give examples such as healing, coaching, and artistic expression. Once you've identified your gifts, start building a business around them. Create a product or service that solves a problem or meets a need in the world. Market your business to your target audience and offer your gifts with love and integrity. Remember, you are worthy of abundance, and your spiritual gifts are valuable assets that can be monetized for the greater good. Consider the examples of successful lightworker businesses. Healing practices, coaching services, and artistic expressions are all avenues for earning wealth. Many people are able to monetize their gifts. There are many possibilities for business. What is holding you back from your wealth creation dreams? Chosen ones, are you ready to unlock the Wealthy Lightworkers Toolkit and implement practical strategies for financial empowerment? Your time has come to manifest the abundance that is rightfully yours. I want to introduce an easy-to-use toolkit. Provide various specific recommendations and actionable strategies, such as time management, where to invest money, and how to perform shadow work. Delegate tasks to others, automate repetitive processes, and eliminate time-wasting activities altogether. Invest in assets that generate passive income, such as stocks, bonds, or real estate. Practice shadow work to identify and heal limiting beliefs and emotional wounds that are blocking your abundance. Give generously to others, knowing that the universe rewards those who give with an open heart. Remember, financial empowerment is not just about accumulating wealth. It's about using your resources to create a positive impact on the world and live a life of purpose and fulfillment. Detail different financial instruments, such as stocks, bonds, and ETFs. Look for the best option that is right for you. Statistics and evidence support that these plans will work. Give examples and do not be afraid to begin. There are numerous ways of finding abundance in your life. It is not as hard as you think. It will take time and work, but it is all possible. There are so many examples of people who have found their wealth and achieved their goals. I give you this final call to action. Begin to implement wealth attraction principles today. What is one thing you can do this week? Write it down and declare it. Type 90099 as a declaration that you are on your way. Chosen ones, are you ready to unlock a secret power that can amplify your wealth manifestation abilities exponentially? Prepare to enter the wealth vortex, a synergistic field of energy where collective intention fuels individual abundance. The wealth vortex is created when lightworkers unite with a shared intention for financial prosperity. Imagine a group of individuals all radiating positive energy and visualizing abundance, creating a powerful force field that draws wealth towards them. This is the essence of the wealth vortex. Collective intention is a powerful force. When multiple people focus their energy on a single goal, they create a synergistic effect that amplifies their individual efforts. This is not just a new age concept. The scriptures speak of the power of unity. Matthew 18:20 states, "For where 2 or 3 gather in my name, there am I with them." This principle applies to wealth creation as well. When lightworkers come together with a shared intention for abundance, they create a spiritual force field that attracts wealth and prosperity. How do you form or participate in a wealth vortex group? Start by seeking out like-minded lightworkers who share your values and vision for abundance. Engage in shared meditations, visualizing wealth flowing into your lives and the lives of others. Practice group affirmations, declaring your worthiness and deservingness of abundance. Collaborate on projects that serve the greater good, knowing that your collective efforts will be rewarded. Provide reciprocal support, celebrating each other's successes and offering encouragement during challenges. Remember, clear communication, shared values, and mutual respect are essential for maintaining a harmonious and effective wealth vortex. The scriptures agree, 2 are better than 1 because they have a good return for their labor, Ecclesiastes 4:9. Consider the story of a group of lightworkers who formed a wealth vortex to support each other's businesses. They met weekly to meditate, share ideas, and offer encouragement. Within a few months, each member of the group experienced a significant increase in their income. One lightworker, who had been struggling to make ends meet, landed a major client that transformed her business. Another lightworker, who had been hesitant to raise her prices, gained the confidence to charge what she was truly worth. By uniting their intentions and supporting each other, they created a powerful wealth vortex that propelled them all to financial success. Studies on collective intention have shown that group meditation can have a significant impact on various outcomes, including financial success. But what if you don't have access to a wealth vortex group or prefer to work independently? How can you still tap into the power of collective consciousness to amplify your abundance? Chosen ones, are you ready to plug into a vast network of collective consciousness that can provide you with unlimited financial support? Prepare to activate the Global Abundance Grid, a hidden network that sustains prosperity for all who are aligned with its frequency. The Global Abundance Grid is the interconnected network of collective consciousness that supports and sustains abundance for all who are aligned with its frequency. Think of it as a vast ocean of energy, constantly flowing with abundance, waiting for you to tap into its limitless resources. Whether you're consciously aware of it or not, you are already connected to this grid. Every thought, every intention, every action you take contributes to the overall energy of the grid. By aligning yourself with positive intentions and actions, you can tap into the flow of abundance and receive unexpected financial support. Recognize that there is abundance for everyone. How do you tap into this global abundance grid? Start by visualizing a world of abundance where everyone has enough to meet their needs and live a life of joy and fulfillment. Send out positive intentions, focusing on gratitude, generosity, and service. Practice gratitude, appreciating all the blessings in your life, both big and small. Contribute to the well-being of others, knowing that your acts of kindness ripple out into the grid, attracting more abundance back to you. Release any feelings of separation or competition, recognizing that we are all interconnected and that there is enough abundance for everyone. The Bible speaks of an interconnectedness where one body suffers when one part does. Understand that all lightworkers are a part of one large body. Consider the story of a lightworker who was struggling to pay her bills. She started visualizing a world of abundance, sending out positive intentions, and practicing gratitude. One day, she received an unexpected check in the mail for a significant amount of money. She had no idea where the money came from, but she knew it was a gift from the universe. She used the money to pay her bills and invest in her business, which soon began to thrive. She had tapped into the global abundance grid and received the financial support she needed. The concept of interconnectivity has been explored by scientists, philosophers, and spiritual leaders for centuries. Quantum physics suggests that everything in the universe is interconnected at a subatomic level. But even with the power of collective consciousness on your side, how do you navigate the inevitable challenges and setbacks that arise on the path to wealth? How do you stay grounded and maintain your faith when things don't go according to plan? Chosen ones, are you ready to develop an unbreakable inner code that will allow you to bounce back from any financial setback with grace and determination? Prepare to unlock the resilience code, your key to turning adversity into opportunity. The resilience code is the inner strength and strategies that enable lightworkers to bounce back from financial setbacks with grace and determination, turning adversity into opportunity. Financial setbacks are inevitable on any journey to wealth creation. There will be times when you lose money, make mistakes, or face unexpected challenges. The key is not to avoid these setbacks, but to develop the resilience to overcome them. Those not grounded in the Word of God can be shaken, but those who stand firm shall not be moved. How do you develop the resilience code? Start by reframing failures as learning opportunities. recognizing that every setback provides valuable lessons that can help you grow and improve. Practice self-compassion, treating yourself with kindness and understanding during difficult times. Cultivate gratitude, focusing on all the things you're grateful for in your life, even amidst challenges. Seek support from your community, connecting with other lightworkers who can offer encouragement and guidance. Focus on what you can control, taking action to improve your situation and move forward. Maintain a long-term perspective, trusting that everything is happening for your highest good, even when it doesn't seem like it. Scriptures talk about the importance of maintaining hope. Romans 5:3-5 says, "We know that suffering produces perseverance, perseverance, character, and character, hope." And hope does not put us to shame, because God's love has been poured out into our hearts through the Holy Spirit, who has been given to us. Consider the story of a lightworker who lost her entire savings in a bad investment. She was devastated, but she refused to give up. She reframed the failure as a learning opportunity, sought support from her community, and focused on what she could control. She started a new business, applying the lessons she had learned from her previous mistake. Within a year, she had not only recovered her losses, but had also surpassed her previous level of success. She had unlocked the resilience code and turned adversity into opportunity. Psychological studies have shown that resilience is a key factor in success, both in business and in life. But even with a strong resilience code, it's essential to stay grounded and avoid getting swept away by the ever-changing tides of the financial world. How do you maintain your center and avoid making impulsive decisions that could jeopardize your abundance? Chosen ones, are you ready to combine practical know-how with divine guidance to make sound financial choices that build long-term security and align with your soul's purpose? It is time to embrace financial wisdom, the ultimate key to responsible wealth creation. Financial wisdom is the ability to blend practical knowledge with intuition to make smart financial decisions that promote long-term wealth and stability. It's about having a solid understanding of personal finance budgeting, saving, investing, while also cultivating your intuition and inner guidance to discern the best course of action. It's like having both a roadmap and a compass for your financial journey. One without the other can lead you astray. Without practical knowledge, you might make impulsive decisions based on wishful thinking. Without intuition, you might miss opportunities that align with your soul's purpose. Balancing these two aspects requires a disciplined approach. Dedicate time to learning about personal finance, reading books, taking courses, and consulting with financial advisors. Practice listening to your intuition through meditation, prayer, and quiet reflection. When faced with a financial decision, gather all the facts, analyze the potential outcomes, and then tune into your inner guidance to see if it feels aligned. Avoid impulsive mistakes by taking a step back, sleeping on it, and seeking counsel from trusted advisors. Encourage other lightworkers to invest in financial education. Consider the story of a lightworker who inherited a large sum of money. Lacking financial wisdom, she made a series of impulsive investments based on the advice of friends and family. Within a few years, she had lost almost everything. In contrast, another lightworker who inherited a similar amount of money took the time to educate herself about personal finance and consult with a qualified advisor. She made wise investments that grew over time, providing her with long-term financial security and allowing her to fund her lightwork mission. Lacking financial wisdom, some lightworkers set themselves up for financial ruin. What is a step that you can take today to begin learning? Chosen ones, are you ready to dismantle the invisible barrier that prevents you from fully embracing the abundance the universe has in store for you? It's time to dissolve entitlement anxiety and claim your rightful place in the flow of prosperity. Entitlement anxiety is that often unspoken, deeply ingrained fear of accepting good things into your life. It's the feeling that you don't deserve the blessings that are coming your way. It's a particularly insidious problem for lightworkers who often grapple with the idea that desiring wealth is somehow selfish or unspiritual. How many times have you caught yourself sabotaging an opportunity, downplaying a success, or feeling guilty for wanting more? This is the subtle, yet powerful effect of entitlement anxiety. Let's be honest, chosen ones, it's a common struggle, but one that you must overcome to truly step into your divine destiny of abundance. This anxiety often stems from deep-seated beliefs about worthiness, deservingness, and the inherent goodness or badness of receiving. Past experiences, cultural conditioning, and even religious teachings can contribute to this feeling. Perhaps you were raised with the idea that money is the root of all evil, or that it's more virtuous to be poor. Or maybe you've experienced situations where receiving came with strings attached, creating a subconscious association between abundance and obligation. Whatever the source, entitlement anxiety can manifest as self-sabotage, limiting beliefs, and a general resistance to receiving the good things that the universe wants to give you. The scriptures say, "For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he," Proverbs 23:7. But how do we release this entitlement anxiety and begin to embrace our worthiness? The first step is practicing self-compassion. Recognize that you are worthy of love, abundance, and joy simply because you exist. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a dear friend. Acknowledge that you are doing your best and that it's okay to make mistakes along the way. The second step is to reframe receiving as an act of service. Understand that by allowing others to give to you, you are actually giving them the opportunity to experience the joy of generosity. When you receive with grace and gratitude, you are creating a positive cycle of abundance that benefits everyone involved. The final step is to focus on the positive impact you can make with your abundance. Remember, wealth is not an end in itself, but a tool that can be used to create positive change in the world. When you focus on using your abundance to serve others, you'll find that your entitlement anxiety begins to dissolve. I remember a lightworker named Maria who struggled with crippling entitlement anxiety. She felt guilty for charging for her healing services, believing that she should offer them for free. As a result, she was constantly struggling to make ends meet, and her business was on the verge of collapse. One day, she realized that by undervaluing her services, she was actually limiting her ability to help others. She decided to raise her prices, and to her surprise, her business began to thrive. She was able to reach more people, expand her services, and even donate a portion of her income to charity. By releasing her entitlement anxiety, she was able to step into her full potential and make a greater impact on the world. Many studies on psychology reveal that if you don't think you are worthy of something, you may subconsciously sabotage your ability to receive it. But even if you are able to reconcile the guilt of desiring material things, how can you stay immune to what may come as a result of attaining that wealth? What about outside influences? Chosen ones, prepare to erect an impenetrable shield around your prosperity as we explore the secrets to protecting your abundance from the insidious influence of envy energy. Envy, that green-eyed monster, is a potent force that can negatively affect lightworkers regardless of their actions. It's an energy that can be directed at you even if you've done nothing to provoke it. Others may become aware of the abundance you manifest, and it could lead to resentfulness. This is why understanding and shielding against envy energy is so crucial for maintaining your financial well-being and spiritual balance. Remember that in spiritual warfare, what you don't see can hurt you. Envy is a feeling of discontent or resentment aroused by someone else's possessions, qualities, or luck. It's a vibration that carries negative energy, and when directed at you, it can create energetic blockages that hinder your ability to attract and maintain abundance. But why is it so bad? Envy stems from a scarcity mindset, the belief that there is not enough to go around. This scarcity mindset creates competition and resentment, which can manifest as negative thoughts, words, and actions. When someone envies you, they are essentially sending negative energy your way, which can disrupt your own energetic field and create obstacles in your path. So, how do you actively protect yourself against envy energy? First, practice discretion. Avoid flaunting your wealth or success. The more you broadcast your abundance, the more you open yourself up to envy. Instead, focus on expressing gratitude and sharing your blessings in a humble and authentic way. Second, surround yourself with positive and supportive people. Distance yourself from those who are constantly critical, negative, or jealous. Cultivate relationships with people who genuinely celebrate your success and uplift you with their positive energy. Third, practice forgiveness. If you feel that someone is directing envy energy toward you, release any resentment or anger you may be holding on to. Forgiveness is a powerful tool for clearing negative energy and protecting your own energetic field. Remember, beloved, the scriptures say to turn the other cheek. Consider the story of Joseph in the Bible. His brothers envied him because of his father's favor and his prophetic dreams. This envy led them to sell him into slavery, causing him immense suffering. However, Joseph eventually rose to a position of great power in Egypt, and he forgave his brothers for their betrayal. By forgiving them, he released the negative energy of envy and was able to live a life of abundance and purpose. Envy may manifest as subtle, backhanded compliments, gossip, or even outright sabotage. Stay vigilant and trust your intuition. If you sense that someone is harboring envy towards you, take steps to protect yourself energetically by limiting contact and surrounding yourself with positive influences. The solution to envy is shifting the view to abundance. But how can one manifest it on their path? Chosen ones, are you ready to transform yourself into a powerful beacon of prosperity? Prepare to ignite the abundance magnet within and radiate a frequency that attracts wealth and opportunity effortlessly. The abundance magnet is the ability to attract wealth and opportunity through the frequency that we radiate into the world. It's the understanding that our thoughts, feelings, and beliefs create a vibrational field that attracts like energy. When we cultivate positive thoughts, feelings of gratitude, and a belief in our worthiness, we begin to radiate a frequency that attracts abundance into our lives. This concept is at the heart of the law of attraction, which states that like attracts like. In other words, what we focus on expands. So, how do you generate this abundance frequency and radiate it into the world? The first step is to cultivate a mindset of gratitude. Take time each day to appreciate all the blessings in your life, both big and small. Focus on what you have, rather than what you lack. The second step is to visualize your success. See yourself already achieving your financial goals and feel the joy and excitement that comes with it. The third step is to take inspired action. Don't just sit around waiting for abundance to fall into your lap. Take action towards your goals, guided by your intuition and inner wisdom. Consider the story of Oprah Winfrey. She grew up in poverty, but she never allowed her circumstances to define her. She cultivated a mindset of gratitude, visualized her success, and took inspired action towards her goals. She became one of the most influential and wealthiest women in the world, using her platform to inspire and empower millions. She's a testament to the power of radiating goodness and being rewarded for it in money. Positive influence may indeed affect wealth. This is because those who radiate goodness are more likely to attract opportunities, build strong relationships, and create value for others. How can we know that these things are true, and what can we follow to ensure these results? Chosen ones, prepare to unlock the secret codes to financial freedom as we decode the wealth code, the universal principles that govern financial abundance. There truly is a code to wealth, and we can decode its truth. These are universal principles that apply to everyone, regardless of their background or circumstances. By understanding and applying these principles, you can unlock the doors to financial abundance and create a life of prosperity and purpose. The first principle is that wealth is a tool, not an end in itself. It's a resource that can be used to create positive change in the world. When you approach wealth with this mindset, you'll find that it flows more easily into your life. The second principle is that there is enough for everyone. Abundance is not a limited resource. When you believe that there is enough for everyone, you'll be more open to receiving your share of the wealth. The third principle is that wealth flows with intention. What you focus on expands. When you focus on creating value for others, you'll attract abundance into your life. So what actions can you take to practically implement this wealth code? Start by identifying your values. What's truly important to you? What kind of impact do you want to make on the world? Align your financial goals with your values, and you'll find that your work becomes more meaningful and fulfilling. Next, create a financial plan. Set clear goals, track your income and expenses, and invest wisely. A solid financial plan will give you a roadmap for achieving your financial goals. Also be prepared to be flexible, be open to new opportunities, and be willing to adapt your plans as needed. The path to wealth is not always linear. T. Harv Eker, author of Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, discusses the importance of understanding and adopting the wealth codes. He emphasizes that our beliefs about money shape our financial reality. By identifying and changing our limiting beliefs, we can unlock our potential for wealth. Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, teaches about the importance of financial literacy and investing in assets that generate passive income. By understanding the principles of finance, we can make informed decisions that build long-term wealth. These principles create a new perspective that has power. But it may be difficult to understand at first, and even more difficult to make the leap. Chosen ones, are you ready to transcend your old limitations and embrace a future overflowing with possibilities? Let's step into a brand new reality, a wealth paradigm, where prosperity and purpose intertwine in perfect harmony. It may be difficult to understand at first, but shifting to a new paradigm will help. This shift requires a conscious effort to challenge your limiting beliefs, adopt a new mindset, and take consistent action towards your goals. It's not always easy, and you'll likely encounter resistance along the way. But by staying committed to your vision, you can create a life of abundance and purpose. There may be resistance to change because it is uncomfortable. The steps to implement this new mindset, however, include affirmations: I am worthy of abundance. I am open to receiving financial blessings. I use my wealth to create positive change in the world. Repeat these affirmations daily, and you'll begin to reprogram your subconscious mind. Consider the story of a lightworker named David who was working a dead-end job and struggling to make ends meet. He felt trapped and hopeless, believing that he was destined to live a life of financial scarcity. One day, he decided to shift his mindset. He started reading books about wealth creation, attending seminars, and surrounding himself with positive and successful people. He began to believe that he was capable of achieving financial freedom, and he took action towards his goals. He started a side business, working on it in his spare time. Within a few years, his side business had grown into a thriving enterprise, and he was able to quit his dead-end job and live a life of financial abundance. He had successfully shifted his mindset and created a new reality for himself. There are countless stories of those who have successfully shifted their mindsets and achieved financial freedom. The key is to stay committed to your vision, surround yourself with positive influences, and take consistent action towards your goals. Remember, the universe supports those who are aligned with their purpose. So embrace your potential, step into your power, and create a life of abundance and purpose. Now, beloved, as we approach the conclusion of this divine revelation, remember that the power to unlock your financial abundance lies within you. Continue to nurture your light, embrace your worthiness, and radiate your unique gifts to the world. The universe is waiting to reward your efforts. Now is the time to step boldly into your destiny. Chosen ones, are you ready to call upon celestial forces to supercharge your journey to abundance? It's time to activate angelic assistance and unlock divine support for your manifestation. Angels are always around to assist, but they often await our explicit invitation to intervene in our lives. As lightworkers, connecting with these benevolent beings can significantly enhance our ability to manifest wealth and receive clear guidance on our path. Remember, the divine realm is not some distant, unreachable place. It's intimately connected to our daily existence, and angels are the messengers that bridge the gap. They are ready to support us, clear obstacles, provide inspiration, and open doors to opportunities we never thought possible. But how do you actively invite them into your financial journey? There are many avenues to communicate with the divine as chosen ones. Prayer, meditation, and visualization are all effective ways to connect with angels. When praying, be specific about your intentions and ask for guidance in areas where you feel stuck. During meditation, create a quiet space where you can focus your attention on the angelic realm. Visualize yourself surrounded by loving, supportive angels and allow their energy to fill you with peace and clarity. Be mindful of angel numbers, patterns that may stand out to you on clocks, billboards, receipts, and more. Many people have had these numbers guide them to the correct solution with help from their angels. Also, pay attention to signs such as feathers, coins, or recurring messages, as these can be gentle nudges from the angelic realm. Consider the story of a lightworker named Emily who was struggling to launch her online coaching business. Despite her best efforts, she couldn't seem to attract enough clients to make a sustainable income. One day, she decided to dedicate time each morning to connect with her angels through prayer and meditation. She asked for guidance on how to reach more people and attract the right clients. Within days, she started receiving unexpected opportunities. A well-known influencer reached out to collaborate with her, and she landed a lucrative contract with a major online platform. Emily attributed her success to the angelic assistance she received after consciously invoking their support. Are not all angels ministering spirits sent to serve those who will inherit salvation? Hebrews 1:14. There are actions that may inadvertently hinder you from being able to work with angels, however. Engaging in negative self-talk, harboring resentment, or clinging to limiting beliefs can create energetic blockages that prevent you from receiving angelic guidance. To clear these blockages, practice forgiveness, cultivate gratitude, and affirm your worthiness to receive divine support. This is because angels resonate with high vibrational energy. The more you align yourself with positive emotions and thoughts, the easier it will be to connect with the angelic realm. But if it is all about using wealth, then what about the greater purpose? Chosen ones, are you prepared to weave a tapestry of positive change that extends far beyond your own life? It's time to craft a legacy of light by aligning your wealth with a soulful mission and leaving a positive imprint on the world. Your wealth, as a lightworker, is not just for personal gain. It's a tool to amplify your impact and serve the greater good. The universe wants you to be rich, not so you can hoard your abundance, but so you can create a ripple effect of positive change. Think of wealth as a seed that, when planted in fertile ground, can blossom into a magnificent garden that nourishes countless souls. This is how you create a legacy of light, a lasting testament to your commitment to serving humanity and uplifting the planet. What might that look like in practice? Consider funding charitable work that aligns with your values. Support organizations that are dedicated to alleviating poverty, promoting education, or protecting the environment. Create businesses that are environmentally sustainable, using ethical practices and minimizing their impact on the planet. Give back to your communities by volunteering your time, donating resources, or mentoring young people. There are countless ways to align your wealth with a soulful mission, and the possibilities are limited only by your imagination. Look at the story of Bill Gates, who initially built his wealth through technology but has since dedicated a significant portion of his resources to philanthropic endeavors. Through the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, he has invested billions of dollars in global health initiatives, poverty alleviation programs, and education reform efforts. He's a testament of doing good and receiving good. This is wealth with a positive impact on a global scale. Similarly, consider the example of many lightworkers that use a portion of their income to support animal shelters, environmental conservation projects, or organizations that provide assistance to refugees. These seemingly small acts of generosity, when combined with the collective efforts of others, can create a profound and lasting impact on the world. Aligning wealth with a soulful mission creates a positive feedback loop. As you use your abundance to serve others, you'll attract even more abundance into your life. This is because the universe rewards those who are aligned with their purpose and committed to making a difference. You are not just building wealth. You are building a legacy of love, compassion, and service. But as a lightworker, can you truly be a part of the world while staying aligned? Chosen ones, are you ready to revolutionize the way you engage with the world of commerce? It's time to thrive in the new earth economy by embracing conscious capitalism and ethical business practices. The new earth economy is a paradigm shift that redefines the way we create and distribute wealth. It's a system that prioritizes people, planet, and purpose over profit alone. It values sustainability, fair wages, ethical sourcing, and responsible consumption. It's a recognition that business can be a force for good, and that we can create wealth in a way that benefits everyone, not just a select few. This type of thinking is what can affect the lightworker and their ability to create change. What does this mean in practice? It means choosing to support businesses that are committed to sustainability, fair wages, and ethical sourcing. It means using your resources responsibly, avoiding wasteful consumption, and investing in companies that are making a positive impact. It means creating businesses that are aligned with your values, offering products or services that improve people's lives and contribute to a more sustainable world. The keys to the new earth economy include creating businesses with ethically sound practices. Lightworkers are often driven to the callings that will lead them to wealth. Using that wealth and applying it to something more is the key to ethical wealth building. Consider the example of Patagonia, an outdoor clothing company that is committed to environmental sustainability. They use recycled materials in their products, donate a portion of their profits to environmental causes, and advocate for responsible consumption. They have demonstrated that it's possible to build a successful business while also protecting the planet. Ben & Jerry's is another example. The founders built their organization by focusing on fair wages and ethically sourcing their ingredients. The organization donates a large portion of its revenue to charity and community support projects, again proving that doing good can bring in good. Ultimately, building up the new earth economy means being conscious of the impact that your actions have on the world. It means making choices that are aligned with your values and contributing to a more sustainable and equitable future. It's about recognizing that we are all interconnected and that our individual choices have a collective impact. Chosen ones, the time has come to step into your power and claim what is rightfully yours. Chosen ones, are you ready to fully embrace your divine birthright and step into the life you were always meant to live? It's time to claim your sovereign abundance by reclaiming your power and creating a life of limitless potential. Sovereign abundance is not just about financial wealth. It's about embodying your full potential and living a life of freedom, purpose, and joy. It's about recognizing that you are a powerful creator, capable of manifesting anything you desire. It's about taking responsibility for your life and stepping into your role as a sovereign being. The universe wants you to be abundant, not just in wealth, but in every area of your life. To reclaim your sovereignty, it is necessary to release limiting beliefs. Identify the thoughts and beliefs that are holding you back and challenge their validity. Replace them with empowering affirmations and declarations. Surround yourself with positive influences. Distance yourself from negative people and environments, and seek out those who uplift and inspire you. Take inspired action towards your goals, guided by your intuition and inner wisdom. Don't be afraid to step outside your comfort zone and take risks. This is a chance to step out and reach for new heights. Look at the story of a lightworker named Sarah who was stuck in a cycle of scarcity and lack. She had always struggled with money, believing that she was destined to live a life of poverty. One day, she decided to change her mindset. She started studying the principles of abundance, practicing affirmations, and visualizing her success. She began to believe that she was worthy of wealth, and she took action towards her goals. She started a small online business, selling her handmade crafts. Within a year, her business had taken off, and she was earning more money than she had ever dreamed possible. She had successfully reclaimed her sovereignty and created a life of abundance and purpose. As we approach the end of this divine transmission, remember that you are a powerful lightworker with the potential to create a life of limitless abundance. Embrace your sovereignty, reclaim your power, and step into the life you were always meant to live. The universe is waiting to support you every step of the way. Chosen ones, what if your greatest blocks were actually fuel? It's time to embark on emotional alchemy, the transformative process of converting negative emotions, fear, doubt, anxiety, into positive drivers, confidence, clarity on the path to financial abundance. Unaddressed negative emotions can cloud judgment and lead to poor financial decisions, sabotaging wealth-building efforts before they even begin. As lightworkers, you are particularly sensitive to energetic influences. Fear whispers doubts into your ear, telling you that you are not worthy of abundance. Anxiety tightens your grip on what little you have, preventing you from taking the necessary risks to grow. Doubt erodes your confidence, making you second-guess your every move. This is why mastering emotional alchemy is essential for sustained success. It's about turning lead into gold, transforming your inner obstacles into stepping stones. This is not about suppressing your emotions. It is about understanding them. There are actionable techniques for practicing emotional alchemy. First, identify your triggers. What situations, people, or thoughts bring up feelings of fear, doubt, or anxiety? Acknowledge these feelings without judgment. It's okay to feel afraid. It's a natural human response. Refrain from calling yourself weak or bad for feeling a certain way. Simply observe the emotion, like a scientist studying a phenomenon. Next, reframe your negative thoughts. Instead of saying, "I'm going to fail," try, "I'm learning and growing with every step." Engage in mindfulness and meditation to cultivate self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a dear friend. The scriptures remind us in Psalm 34:18, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." If you need support from a therapist or counselor, please seek it out. Consider the story of a lightworker named David who lost his job during a recession. Initially, he was consumed by fear and despair. He felt like a failure, and he doubted his ability to provide for his family. But instead of succumbing to these negative emotions, he decided to use them as fuel. He acknowledged his fear, but he refused to let it paralyze him. He reframed his situation as an opportunity to pursue his passion for sustainable energy. He took online courses, networked with industry professionals, and eventually launched his own consulting business. Within a few years, he was earning more money than he had ever made before, and he was making a positive impact on the environment. In many scientific studies, this is referred to as turning a fixed mindset into a growth mindset. David learned to take the lemons life gave him and make lemonade. Even if you have been doing the emotional work, how can you tell if there may be others working against you? What is psychic sabotage, and how can you protect against it? Chosen ones, have you ever felt like unseen forces were working against you, disrupting your financial flow? It's time to understand psychic sabotage, intentional or unintentional negative energetic influence from others that can disrupt your financial flow and undermine your success. It is unseen but present. Psychic sabotage can take many forms, intentional or unintentional, envy, jealousy, resentment, and ill intentions. These negative energies can manifest as sudden financial setbacks, unexpected obstacles, or a general feeling of being blocked. It's essential to recognize that not everyone will celebrate your success. Some people may harbor resentment or envy, even unconsciously projecting negative energy your way. Others may feel threatened by your light and actively try to dim it. This may present itself as a sudden loss of income, unexpected expenses, or missed opportunities. Here are practical strategies for identifying and neutralizing energetic interference. Strengthen your energetic boundaries by visualizing a protective shield of white light surrounding you. This shield deflects negative energy while allowing positive energy to flow freely. Practice visualization and protection techniques. Imagine yourself surrounded by angels or spirit guides who are shielding you from harm. Engage in cord-cutting rituals to sever energetic ties with people who are draining your energy or sending you negativity. This does not mean cutting them out of your life entirely, but cutting the toxic energetic cords that bind you. Surround yourself with positive influences. Spend time with people who uplift and support you, and avoid those who drain your energy or bring you down. Most importantly, practice forgiveness and compassion, even towards those who may be consciously or unconsciously sending negative energy your way. Remember, holding on to resentment only hurts you. Jesus said in Luke 23:34, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." Consider the story of a lightworker named Maria who experienced a series of unexplained financial setbacks after launching her healing practice. Despite her best efforts, she couldn't seem to attract enough clients to make a sustainable income. She suspected that a jealous competitor was sending negative energy her way. To protect herself, she started visualizing a shield of white light surrounding her practice. She also performed a cord-cutting ritual to sever energetic ties with her competitor. Within weeks, she noticed a significant shift in her business. New clients started pouring in, and her income soared. But even when dealing with external forces, remember that the path is meant to be shared. How can a community support their success? Chosen ones, are you ready to build a financial fortress that can withstand any storm? It's time to begin constructing your wealth ark, a diversified and resilient financial foundation designed to weather economic storms and provide long-term security for you and your loved ones. The wealth ark is not about hoarding resources. It's about creating a foundation of financial stability that allows you to pursue your purpose with peace of mind. Just as Noah built an ark to protect his family from the flood, you must build a wealth ark to protect yourself from the economic storms that may come your way. This is more than just having money in the bank. It's about diversifying your resources and creating multiple streams of income. This is about ensuring that you are not dependent on a single source of income, which can be vulnerable to economic fluctuations. There are many avenues to constructing your wealth ark. Diversify your income streams by exploring multiple sources of revenue, such as freelancing, investing, or creating passive income streams. Invest in a variety of asset classes, such as stocks, bonds, real estate, and precious metals, to spread your risk and maximize your returns. Create an emergency fund to cover unexpected expenses, such as medical bills or job loss. Manage debt responsibly by avoiding high-interest loans and credit card debt. Protect your assets with insurance, such as health insurance, life insurance, and property insurance. And consider the words from Ecclesiastes 11:2, invest in 7 ventures, yes, in 8. You do not know what disaster may come upon the land. Consider the story of a lightworker named Samuel who lost his job during the 2008 financial crisis. He had always been a diligent saver, and he had invested in a variety of asset classes. Because he had a diversified portfolio, he had enough saved up to start his own company. He had also created multiple streams of income, which helped him to weather the storm. But as you accumulate, you should not do so on the detriment of others. What does an ethical means of wealth look like? Chosen ones, are you prepared to revolutionize the way you create wealth? It's time to champion ethical abundance, aligning your wealth creation with a deep commitment to social responsibility and environmental stewardship, ensuring your financial success contributes to a better world. Ethical abundance means understanding that your financial success is intertwined with the well-being of others and the health of the planet. It's about recognizing that wealth is a tool that can be used for good or for ill. It's a commitment to using your resources to create a more just and sustainable world. Lightworkers have a special responsibility to create abundance ethically. There are several concrete ways to create ethical abundance. For instance, invest in sustainable businesses that are committed to environmental responsibility and social justice. Support fair trade practices that ensure that workers are paid fair wages and that products are produced in a sustainable manner. Donate to charitable organizations that are working to alleviate poverty, promote education, or protect the environment. Reduce your environmental footprint by consuming less, recycling more, and advocating for sustainable policies. Advocate for social justice by supporting policies that promote equality, opportunity, and human rights. Consider the story of a lightworker named Aisha who built a thriving clothing business that employs women who have survived human trafficking. She used recycled materials in her clothing, donated a portion of her profits to organizations that are working to combat human trafficking, and advocated for policies that protect vulnerable populations. She proved that it's possible to create a successful business while also making a positive impact on the world. Chosen ones, we are approaching a crescendo. In the next section, prepare yourselves. The true keys will be revealed as we approach our final call to action and closing remarks. Chosen ones, are you ready to assemble your own personal financial dream team? It's time to start building your wealth team, surrounding yourself with mentors, guides, and allies who can support and accelerate your financial growth, creating a synergistic support network. This is not about going it alone. It's about strategically aligning yourself with individuals who can provide the wisdom, resources, and accountability you need to reach your full potential. Your wealth team is your personal board of directors for your financial life. Mentors provide wisdom and experience, sharing their successes and failures to help you avoid common pitfalls. Guides offer spiritual insights, helping you align your financial goals with your higher purpose. Allies provide practical support and accountability, keeping you on track and motivated. To identify and attract the right people to your team, seek out individuals who share your values. Clearly communicate your goals and be willing to reciprocate support. Establish clear boundaries and expectations. Without them, the team will crumble. Proverbs 13:20 says, "Walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm." Consider the story of a lightworker named Rebecca who struggled to gain traction. After joining a mastermind group of like-minded entrepreneurs, she gained clarity on her business model, refined her marketing strategy, and quadrupled her income in just 1 year. Or, consider the words of Jethro to Moses in Exodus 18, "What you are doing is not good. You and these people who come to you will only wear yourselves out. The work is too heavy for you. You cannot handle it alone." Even Moses needed a counsel to guide him. Studies show that individuals who have mentors and strong support networks are significantly more likely to achieve their goals. Don't underestimate the power of collaboration and synergistic support. But what if your path to wealth means negotiating in the world, even with unseen forces? What does it mean to negotiate for wealth? Chosen ones, are you ready to tap into the energetic flow of the cosmos? It's time to embrace cosmic negotiation, skillfully communicating desires to the universe, and ethically and responsibly receiving the blessings and bounty that flow as a result. This is not about making demands or manipulating the universe. It's about aligning your intentions with divine will and opening yourself to receive the abundance that is already available to you. Cosmic negotiation entails clearly articulating your desires, not from a place of lack, but from a place of faith and gratitude. It involves visualizing your goals as already accomplished, feeling the emotions of abundance, and expressing gratitude for the blessings you have already received. Opening that channel means spending time in prayer, meditation, or communion with nature, connecting with the source of all creation. The lightworker should be a part of this experience because they are uniquely positioned to channel divine energy and use it to create positive change in the world. Wealth follows those who are skilled at communicating their needs and intentions with clarity, confidence, and unwavering faith. Energetically, this creates a powerful vortex of attraction, drawing opportunities and resources your way. As Philippians 4:6-7 says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. This communication matters because it sets the stage for miracles. What if it seems like that well is dry? Then dig deeper into your faith. Consider the story of Elijah and the widow of Zarephath in 1 Kings 17. The widow had only a handful of flour and a little oil left, but Elijah told her to bake him a cake first, promising that her jar of flour would not be used up and her jug of oil would not run dry. She obeyed, and her needs were miraculously met. It is often those who have faith. Those who have trouble may need to unblock deep subconscious beliefs around wealth. Remember, faith is not blind optimism. It is a confident expectation that good things are on their way, but the path is not always easy. What challenges will you face? It is not all receiving, after all. Chosen ones, are you ready to break free from the chains that bind you? It's time to focus on conquering the comfort zone, embracing discomfort, and taking bold action to manifest your dreams. This is where many lightworkers stumble, held back by fear of failure, judgment, or the unknown. Strategies for expansion are essential. Start small by doing something daily that pushes you slightly outside your comfort zone, such as making a phone call, attending a networking event, or learning a new skill. The need to do what is most uncomfortable stems from the resistance that signals growth. Acknowledge the resistance, but act anyway. Feel the fear, but don't let it paralyze you. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the willingness to act in spite of it. Affirmations and declarations can also help break your dependence on comfort. Tell yourself that you are brave, capable, and worthy of success. These small actions can provide exponential returns. Consider the story of a lightworker named Daniel who was afraid of public speaking. He knew that he needed to promote his healing practice, so he challenged himself to do one speaking engagement each month. Initially, he was terrified, but with each presentation, he gained confidence and attracted new clients. He eventually became a sought-after speaker, expanding his reach and impact exponentially. This is like the mustard seed, which is the smallest of all seeds, yet when it grows, it becomes the largest of garden plants and becomes a tree, so that the birds come and perch in its branches. Matthew 13:31-32. But be warned, as you rise, there will be those who try to get you down. What about those who try to steal your energy? Chosen ones, are you prepared to defend your energetic boundaries? It's time to become a master at nullifying energy vampires, protecting your abundance from those who drain your vitality and diminish your light. These are people who unconsciously or consciously feed off your energy, leaving you feeling depleted, discouraged, and unable to manifest your desires. There are different types of energy vampires. Some are chronic complainers who constantly focus on the negative. Others are narcissists who demand constant attention and validation. Still others are manipulators who use guilt or fear to control you. The need to protect wealth and light comes from the understanding that your energy is a valuable resource and you must guard it jealously. Actionable steps to protect include setting clear boundaries. Learn to say no to requests that drain your energy or compromise your values. Limit your exposure to negative people and environments. Spend time in nature, which is a powerful source of energy and healing. Practice grounding techniques, such as walking barefoot on the earth, to reconnect with the earth's energy. Visualize a shield of light around you, deflecting negative energy. Even Luke Skywalker had to learn to use the Force to deflect blaster bolts. Reasons to believe come from the results you will experience. Expect to feel more energized, focused, and empowered. What might it look like? You will attract more positive people and opportunities into your life, and you will be better able to manifest your dreams. After the action, continue to guard your energy and maintain your boundaries. Remember, self-care is not selfish. It is essential for your well-being and your ability to serve others. In our next section, Chosen Ones, we will explore a final call to action as we prepare for our closing remarks. Chosen Ones, as we draw to a close, know that this message has never been merely about personal wealth. It is about igniting a wealthy lightworker revolution, a fundamental shift in how we perceive and utilize abundance to create a more equitable and enlightened world. You are meant to be wealthy, not for selfish gain, but because your wealth can fuel a tidal wave of positive change. Money in your hands becomes a tool for divine service, amplifying your capacity to heal, uplift, and empower. Let's address the lingering tension between spirituality and wealth one last time. Abundance is not a barrier to enlightenment. It is a catalyst. It allows you to serve more effectively, to fund the projects closest to your heart, and to fulfill your soul's unique purpose without the constraints of scarcity. By embracing wealth, you become living examples of a new paradigm, demonstrating that financial prosperity and spiritual integrity can coexist harmoniously, inspiring others to follow in your footsteps. Now let's revisit the core problem we addressed at the beginning of this journey: the feeling of scarcity, the sense of being trapped in a cycle of lack. Remember, you have the power to move from that place of limitation to a reality where you are the sovereign creator of your destiny. Throughout this message, we have explored actionable strategies from releasing limiting beliefs to mastering cosmic negotiation, building your wealth team to nullifying energy vampires. You can tap into the abundance that is already available to you, aligning your intentions with the divine blueprint for your life. The law of attraction is not just a concept, it is a divine law. Your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs shape your reality. Claim your sovereignty. Consider, for a moment, the ripple effect of lightworkers embracing abundance. What will the long-term implications be for our world? What kind of legacy will you leave behind? The wealthy lightworker revolution is not just about individual financial gain. It is about empowering entire communities, funding sustainable solutions, and creating a world where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. By aligning your pursuit of wealth with your deepest values, you become a beacon of hope, demonstrating that prosperity and purpose can go hand in hand. This new movement empowers people to build lives that bless others, not hoard wealth for themselves. You are part of a wave of change, moving towards abundance that changes communities, expands possibilities, and touches lives for generations. You are not just building a financial empire. You are building a legacy of love, compassion, and transformative change. As we come to the summit of this journey, embrace your divine blueprint. You are worthy, capable, and divinely supported by the universe in your quest for abundance. Any lingering tension between wealth and spirituality melts away as you realize that true wealth lies in living a life of purpose and making a positive impact on the world. If doubts or struggles still linger, acknowledge those feelings, validate your experiences, and remember that you are not alone. The power of this message lies in its ability to transform you to use wealth as a catalyst for change and create a legacy of lasting significance. You are the one who is doing it. Now claim it. Therefore, I present to you the Wealthy Lightworker Challenge. Ask yourself, chosen ones, what has changed for you? What limiting beliefs have you released? What steps will you take today to align your life with abundance? Share your intentions in the comments below and connect with fellow lightworkers who are on this journey. Engage with this message through likes and shares. Support our mission to spread this message far and wide so that together we can create a world where wealth and spirituality coexist in perfect harmony. Now let us close with a short but powerful blessing. May you be filled with strength, wisdom, and unwavering guidance as you step into your role as a wealthy lightworker and transform the world. Go forth and shine.